Welcome to the treasure room.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Prepare for vault door opening.
Hi, I am Sparkle, the legendary gamer dog. Welcome to Vault 45 Teamwork Tycoons. Settle in for an evening of fun with your host Kismet. Let's teleport inside.
Hello and welcome everybody, it's me, Kismet. Hopefully you've been staying cool, everybody. Holy mackerel, is it hot out there. It's very, very hot, everybody. I hope you've been doing well. Kismet had to rest up, everybody. Holy moly, that long stream I did there, and I was losing my voice from all the giveaways and other fun that we've been having here on stream. I didn't get to do the giveaway yesterday, or the day before yesterday, if you think about time-wise or whatnot, for Tuesday, so I'm going to carry that giveaway over till today. So we're going to do an extra bonus giveaway, or giveaway from last month. So we're going to do that tonight. Still for my birthday, by the way. We also got those 4th of July emotes. Go ahead and put a 1 in the chat if you can't see me and hear me right over here, as well as try out some of those new July 4th emotes. For those who don't celebrate July 4th, because that's mainly an American thing, it's Independence Day here, and everybody, barbecues and spends time with family and does all that kind of stuff. That's what we do to celebrate our independence. That stuff was hard earned, everybody. I also show some love to the military out there because they're the reason why we have that. They're the reason why you have a lot of your freedoms, everybody. That's an important thing to show some love there as well. Of course, we just finished up with my birthday month. That was a lot of fun. We gave away a lot of stuff. I finished up all those giveaways. I sent most of them out. There's a couple I still need to do. We're going to do this giveaway today, and I'll probably send those out on Friday, and then I'll have those all taken care of. And tonight we're going to triple play, everybody. That's where we go ahead and play a whole bunch of games at the same time. Now, the first game, of course, we're going to play is a little bit of Starseeker, but also running in the background, of course, Satisfactory, playing it the hardest way that you can play in the kind of ultimate challenge where you have to basically produce 100 times the normal amount of stuff that you would have to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and let this keep converting in the background. Man, I don't know how long this is going to take, but it's better sometimes not to know. I know it's possible because I've already got 881 out of 5,000 done, but this could take months, everybody, just to get past phase 1. Now, I've updated everything that I can. I've got the maximum inventory I can in phase 1. I even went around and found a bunch of parts down there. I tried a bunch of different combos to optimize it, but ultimately I decided the most optimum thing to do is to manually do it yourself. And the reason why it's so valuable to do it by itself is it requires no power, and it doesn't require me to go collect the fuel. Because in the beginning of the game, you have to manually collect the fuel by cutting down trees and grabbing leaves and things like that and converting it into biofuel. But because it is such a huge times, it's 100 times, everybody, I would literally have to cut down every tree in the entire thing just to make the resources, and then I need to go ahead and make that final resource, which is the smart plating, which I cannot make myself. That I have to do in a machine. So the smarter thing to do is to save your biofuel, use it for converting the final process, and then everything leading up to that process, much smarter for me just to let it run in the background. So that's what we're going to do. So if you see me switching over to Satisfactory, you know why. We want to get a little bit of time into Starseeker as well. And then later on, we're going to continue our 7 Days to Die solo play that we've been having so much fun. I really love the sandbox options, everybody. I think I'm about to get another 1,000 hours in 7 Days to Die. That would be crap. Topping out around 5,000 hours in 7 Days to Die. Very, very fun. As well as, of course, we're going to play some Fallout 4 on Thursday with a little bit of 7 Days to Die in there as well. And then, of course, on Saturday, Sunday, playing with my crew. Now, I actually have a lot of stuff queued up, so I've been working really hard. If you don't see me here on stream, everybody, it's me just working behind the scenes. I work every day as much as I can. I try to do as much as I can here in the stream. Like get those emails out to you, send out those giveaways, prepping a whole bunch of stuff that's coming up. And all the stuff I'm working on now, everybody, is for all the months, all the way up into December, pre-prepping way ahead of time as well. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed all those giveaways. I've got so many thank yous. Like, thank you, Kismet. Thank you for sending me the stuff. Those the kind of stuff makes my day, everybody. So thank you very much. I work very hard on that stuff. I love to give stuff away, everybody, because I have the worst RNG. See, what you do is you take stuff that that you don't like, that you have problems with, and then you try to make that better for everybody else. In my case, I have the worst RNG. I'm the person, everybody, that you say you start a new server in World of Warcraft, you got all your buddies, right? Like in my case, I got my 1,000 members. Well, let's just call it 20 peeps at the same time. So you got 20 peeps, and then you're doing your wolf pelts, and you're collecting your wolf pelts. Everybody else been done for like an hour. You still got 3. That just seems how it goes when I'm getting drops, everybody. I get the worst drops. But the funny thing is I get the worst drops for the longest time, and then all of a sudden I'll get like insanely great drops. So I guess it's a good trade-off that eventually you get the insanely great drops. Like in 7 Days to Die, I've been getting some amazing drops in this particular playthrough. But we're going to play that later. Right now, we're going to get into some Starseeker. Actually, I can press start. That would be awesome. There we go. All right. Play. Get in there. Connect to the server. Now, Starseeker is still in early access, and we're just trying to play it out a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to play it all the way through. They're still working on it. But what it is kind of an extraction looter. So you go in, it's very much like Astroneer, a lot of the Astroneer mechanics, but it's not Astroneer. If you're expecting Astroneer 2, it is not that. There, you already got Astroneer. Astroneer is an incredibly fantastic game. Highly recommend that one. But this one's like, hey, you go down the planet, you do some quests, you grab some resources, you scan some stuff, boom, you come back, boom, you turn that in, you get your rep up, and then it's just that cycle over and over again. So you don't like repetition, everybody. Remember, still in early access. They haven't added all the other stuff yet. But I do suggest to support them so they have enough love to keep that development going, because I think it has potential. I really enjoy the game, so we're going to go ahead and show them some love. And I went and just bought it with my own money, everybody. I could have hit them up and said, hey, send me a code or whatever, but I'd rather support them in their endeavor and hope that it works out fantastic. We got to support those smaller devs, everybody. That's how it is. Right now, the smaller devs are crushing it. That's where gaming is at. If you're a smaller dev, that's the way to go, everybody. The big AAAs are really having issues. Mostly the best thing that they're doing, by the way, the AAAs right now, is remaking the old great games in a modern engine. I think that is their best thing that they're doing right now. Got stuff on my glasses. Hold on, everybody. Doing the old rubbing on my shirt. There we go. Did that help? Probably not. Sometimes it makes it worse. I don't know. I might have to go wash them off. I know. Crazy idea, huh? Let's see. I'm of the old school way. You wipe it on your shirt. No, I'm going to have to go wash it off. All right. Well, we'll do that in a second. Stupid glasses. Always something, everybody. Now, again, these glasses are actually inspired by the fashionable glasses from Fallout. And they are indeed prescription glasses. They have like the blue light tinting, so it helps me with my eye strain, as well as they are actual glasses to help me see about arm length, all the monitors and stuff that I have. So my eyes don't get super tired, though I look tired all the time because I have really bad sleep problems, everybody. That's how it goes. So if you're like, Kismet, you look tired, well, that's one of the drawbacks of having sleep apnea and insomnia. It's going to be that. And again, I can sit and whine about it, or I can get up and I can do something, everybody. I think that's the most courageous thing I could do. Just get out of the bed. Because I fall down all the time, everybody. I have real bad dizziness as well. So the courageous thing you can do every day, everybody, is get out of the bed and go do things that scare you, everybody. Things that scare you. You might take on that new job. You might ask out that special someone. Again, that's courage, everybody. Use that courage to your advantage. I think... the biggest courage in your life is to be yourself, is to be uniquely you, everybody. I don't pretend to be anybody else. I'm just me. People can like me or not like me. That's not on me. That's them. That's on them, everybody. What's on you is liking yourself and then being able to be courageous enough to just be yourself instead of being what other people want you to be. I know you might be younger. You might not understand the difference yet. But everybody expects you to be such and such thing. And nobody ever lives up to those expectations. Anyway, everybody, what you want to do is be who you want to be. That's the toughest thing in life. It absolutely is. And like who you are. I like who I am. That's why I get up every day, try to bring the love here on stream. So it's taken me a long time to get to that point where I don't care what anybody else thinks. I'm just going to be me, the uniquely authentic me, and be no one else. There you go. Tab coming in, showing some hype and love. I appreciate it. We got Blood Baited there. What up? Thanks for chilling out. So excited to see what's... Oh, there's going to be a bunch of craziness. Things going to go off the rails. Stuff's going to go down. You know how it goes as well. Said hello, Kismet in chat. Hope everyone is doing super tonight. Yeah, I got 2 double window ACs going on maximum for my kids, everybody, so they can sleep at night. Sometimes it does freeze me out a bit because I'm not under the covers. So, but as long as my kids are okay and don't have to, sleep in 90-degree weather, then I'm good. Of course, that electric bill is nuts. Everybody, I pay about $500 a month. And have been doing so for over 20 years. It's nuts because kids, they take really long showers. They got the lights on. They leave everything open. They leave the door open. So I'm air conditioning the neighborhood, as my dad used to say. My dad would never turn the air conditioning on. He would absolutely not turn it around. And it's funny because I feel like my dad, when I go around, I turn all the lights off when my kids leave the lights on. I feel like my dad. And sometimes you become your dad, but my dad was right, everybody. He was right, and that's a hard thing to admit, that your parents were right. He was right. That was a complete waste of money that he had to spend his time earning that money for nothing because no one was using those lights and no one was, being smart enough to close the doors before you turn the AC on, or if you have the fans running, well, then you do want to open the door so it circulates the hot air out of the house and brings that cooler air outside in. You know what I mean? So, when you get older, you look at it from a different perspective, and then you think, you know what? He was right about that. So my dad was 100% right about that, everybody. Turn those lights off when you're not using them, all right? Not only does it help you on your financial bill, it'll help your parents, it'll help your spouse, it'll help everybody. So you have a little bit of extra cash so you can, pay that electric bill. That's for sure. Or the cell phone bill, or the, internet, or, food, water, shelter, that kind of stuff, Just try to get by every month, man, because everything's so incredibly expensive now. It's so nuts. Thank you, Paul, for the WUD. Box Kicker, thanks for the WUD. Blood Vade, let me know everything's working as well. They got the TM in there. What up, TM? We got Lars Stuervo. We got Thurbrick in there showing the love. We got Tab in there as well. That's a 7 times combo right there. I salute you all right there. The Blood Vein as well. Thanks for coming in. Yes. Check out those, check out those holiday emotes, everybody. I work really hard on all that stuff for you guys as well. My dad never had the AC or heat until about 5 or 6 years ago. He had a wood stove for heat and a small AC unit in the window. No dryer for clothes either. Yeah, you don't really need the dryer. My wife does everything non-dryer, or at least most everything non-dryer. Me, I don't like to wait. I use the dryer, but what I do, everybody, is I put on low, and this way your clothes won't shrink, because, when you use a lot of heat on your clothes, everybody, that's what causes them to shrink. Same thing when you're doing them in hot water or whatever. I know, it's right there on the label, everybody. It says, this is how you wash your clothes. I know, it's crazy to actually read the label and follow the instructions on your clothes. I know, it's amazing. And I also got these really nice thin shirts, everybody. They're like a polyester, but they're really breathable and light. So whenever it's really hot, everybody, you'll see me wearing these, just because if I'm wearing a cotton t-shirt, holy mackerel, it's like being on fire, everybody. It's very, very hot, that's for sure. Thanks for all the sub love, everybody. Remember that those play when we get into the other screen. I say, hey, we just dive right into it because we got some stuff to do. All right, let's hydrate. Let's get into it. All right, let's replay these, everybody. Here we go. There we go. Lord Swervo coming in, showing some love. And Miss Boyer bringing that Kismet love train in, everybody. Show some love in the chat. I appreciate all that love, keeping that love train going. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Let's go ahead and check in on Satisfactory. Satisfactory running in the background. And again, I've been keeping that running off stream. And here we are. Oh, we got some quests to do. What do we got over here? Oh, I got to send that over now. Uh-oh. I don't hear the sound. Ah, there we go. That's always something I got to do, everybody. TM also showing some love. Bringing that Kismet love trait. It's cool every time. Every single time, that's cool. TM's got his own command saying hi to you guys, everybody. Go ahead and wave back to TM in the chat. Again, everybody, that's the cool thing about showing so much love to St. Jude's right there, that you get your own special command. So there we go. Show them some love, everybody. Again, show all those peeps some love in the chat. Now, you got one job in the chat, everybody, and that is when you see someone come in, bring that Kismet love train. I want you to go ahead and take that love. I want you to amplify it by putting a bunch of hearts and a bunch of love in the chat for those peeps, all right? Show them some love in there. Okay, so...
What brings you joy? I'm in the market.
I like that. Oh, that's a good soundbite. All right, note to self, go back and grab that soundbite. All right, love it. Okay, so we turned that in, got ourselves some force thing. We also got our glider. I forgot I got my glider. Pretty cool. Then we're going to slide, jump, glide, climb, jump, jump, jump. There we go. What's up, big boy?
About how easy you make this look.
Oh, that's Tangle. No, we don't want to do that. And we got this one completed. How's our rep doing over here? Okay, we're getting there. Okay. Hit Astroneers with Spa Water Hose. So I need to make one of those because I think I used that up. So let's get over here. Now, again, very much like Astroneer, but you collect a bunch of resources and you go ahead and you make stuff from that. Let's see. We need some copper. We need 5 copper. I seriously doubt I have any copper. I don't remember grabbing any of that. Not even sure that's on the main planet. We might have to go to the other planet. What else we got? We got scan a bunch of stuff. Scan burning brulets. Oh, okay. Destroy boghound burrows. Ooh, that one's probably the easier one. This one's going to require a bunch of stuff, a bunch of fire stuff to throw to Adam. Let's go check our gear over here. We have one fire canister, and we have a bunch of these. We're going to right-click that, put that right over there. Right-click this and get that fire. We have our Medimashes. We have our keys, so we're all looking good there. Don't think I have any other fire stuff. No, we're good there. Oh, Kismet Love Tray. Whoa! Holy mackerel!
Thank you.
Thank you for the biddies. Thank you, Bloodbait, for the biddies. Thank you, TM, with that massive love trade right now. We got a hype trade started up, everybody. We got 4 minutes and 38 seconds to show some love in the chat. TM is your love train conductor tonight, everybody. He just showed a lot of love to a lot of people. Mr. getting the love. Mr. Ronan, Tony, Souls getting some love. King Mob, we got Megaview. We got Reckham. I like your name. Akuma. There you go. Walt the Cat getting some love. Dietrich Saturn. We got Gash. We got 66 Slick. I like your name, Mr. 66 Slick. We got the Red Knight. We got Eulins. We got that guy, Steve. Kuja. Fluffy Fish. I like that one, too. Singe. Hey, Dev Light. Hey, you got a free gifted sub. There you go. And Ketty also in the chat. Oh, no. They killed Ketty. Little South Park there for you. Now, show some love in the chat, everybody. That's a massive amount of love right there to get us started. Thank you very much for those gifted subs on behalf of everybody who just got all that love. Now, remember, everybody, you got the epic Kismet emotes. You got the animated emotes. You got the holiday emotes. Try out those 4th of July ones now. You're getting 3 times the Kiss Caps and 3 times the chance to win the giveaway. And we're going to do a giveaway later tonight as well. So now you're really styling. Make sure to say thanks in the chat again to TM, your love train conductor. And again, if you want to get on that Kismet love train, now's the time, everybody. You can earn rewards for the chat. You can donate to the stream for the Vault Van Life Project by using that donate button down there. You can gift subs or bits. You can also use your Twitch Prime as well or sub to the channel. That all goes to that hype train. So there you go. There you go. All right. Awesome. Thank you so much, TM. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming in and getting us started. Man, my voice has been going out. I was having so much fun during my birthday month, everybody. It was worn out. Let's see. Can we make fire canisters? I don't think we can. Yeah, I can't make fire canisters, but I do know where to find them. Okay, and I got to hit them with the spa hose, so I also need to find the stuff, which I don't think is in this one. Let's go ahead and take a look over at the Tangle area. I'm thinking we should probably get this because I have a feeling we're going to be running over there.
One piece.
Let's get that one. And we're going to go check out Tangle. Now, Tangle is one that the whole community has to unlock together, which they have done. So we're going to go see. Yes, there we go. Match light over there. I don't think it's over here. Yes, see, you can see it's not in the first area. So you do need to go to that second area to unlock the match light, aka the aluminum or whatever it is that we needed. Also got quartz over there as well, and dolomite, which I forget actually what that is. So we'll go and look for that stuff. Let's go. Now go ahead and ready up. Now you can play up to 4 players. I'm playing mostly solo because I'm just collecting resources and not really doing any team stuff right now. And we're just testing out the game so we can give them feedback, suggestions, ideas, things like that. Now, I always suggest that you keep some healing on you so that you can res yourself. Sometimes other people will res you. If I see people are down, I will run and res them. But the smartest thing to do is keep your Medimash on you so you're good to go. Now let's get over here and do some scanning. These don't look like anything here. Oh, we got something over here. What do we got? Pigment palm. All right. And we'll go ahead and grab a bunch of that. All right. I always like to just grab whatever I can find nearby. I think the scanning mechanic is awesome. They did a great job on that. That just looks like compound. You go to your map and then hit R to ping that. Yeah, that's compound. Compound resin. Oh, look at this kind of Carrotopolis. Hilltop village of the Carrotlings. Oh, okay. I'm all about that. Really am all about finding a place where we can find a bunch of loot. Oh, I don't see it. I don't see it, but I'm going to shoomish over this way somewhere. We have a debris field underwater. I'm going to go ahead and just head this way. Speaking of water. Again, remember, it's like an extraction loot game. We're just going to try to fly. You tap S a little bit to keep you from going in the water. And we'll run around and see what we can find. Just scan all these guys here. Just while we're here. And then we can go ahead and pick up this heavy metal, which is underneath here. And we're just going to scan a few things in case... oh, there's some stuff up there. Actually, let's go back that way. Then we can also go ahead and toggle waypoints. Oh yeah, there we go. Hit Q to take that out. I can see way up there on the top there is a flashing electricity. Again, just tap S so you don't go into the water if you can avoid it. And then we got to use our stamina to get up here. And we're going to try to go here. Oh, we're not going to have enough stamina for that. Going to wait for the stamina. There we go. And we're just going to climb off to the side here like this. There we go. So I shot it with some water, which is going to make it short out and then blow up like that. I'm going to throw that stuff in my inventory so that it's not doing that. I just kind of run up to these areas and hit E a whole bunch. And then you can scan to see if you can find a box or something like that. Now, of course, when I'm scanning stuff, I'm also getting tons and tons of what's known as bits, which is like the monetary cash that you need in the game. Look at these tulips and stuff. Cool. Could be roses. Yeah, roses. Very cool. Okay, and then now we can go ahead and scan. Again, see what we can find. I don't really see much here, so I'm just going to go ahead and ping way off over here. And notice that my other one's not coming off of there. Now, I have it set where people cannot see my ping. Only the people in my group can see my ping. Oh, hello. It's one of my favorite things to do now, as I discovered this kind of last time, is you can undercut all of this, and boom, the whole thing comes down, which I think is super cool. Hey, what's up, little buddies? What's up, little guy? Yeet! All right, bye-bye. Yep, you too. Yeet! Okay, it's like that guy from Oblivion, everybody. That guy who's following you around. Super creepy. Super creepy. Well, there's nothing down under there, so I didn't get much from that. Let's go ahead and... Anything in there? Okay. Oh, another little guy. Come here, guy. Yeet! Yeet those guys out of my way. All right. And again, we'll go this way a little bit, then we'll scan again. And we're looking for this new resource. Oh, right there. Okay. Dolmonite. And then I saw another one of these things. Right here. Let's see what's under this one. Yeah, and I feel like the smartest thing to do is just to undercut it. Like so. And then you don't have that far to swim down. Let's see. Control. And you see if anything's down there. Now, sometimes there's a bunch of stuff down there. But very unlucky so far. Okay, going back this way. And just like in Astroneer, you got the ability to use your energy to do a bunch of stuff, except for you pretty much have unlimited shaping. So that's not much of an issue. Ooh, I don't know what that is. You guys creep me out. Get away from me. Get out of here. Oh, this is a healing pool here, and it looks like our Dolmonite is right up here. Oh, we got the... I don't know what's going on with this guy, but we're gonna yeet that guy. Gonna yeet this guy out of here. And then you can sedate them. And you can collect their loot. I feel like the water gun is probably one of the greatest things in the game, though there are some things I haven't tried yet. But we're going to go ahead and get rid of those baddies. There was a guy floating here somewhere, that guy. It looked like somebody I can hit, because it's not doing anything, but that's okay. I'm here to get a bunch of this stuff. I don't know what it is. Honestly, I forget. And I have upgraded my little shaper thing. Because what this is the raw version of whatever this thing is, and we're going to move it to the other thing. Oh, there you go. You guys got some rewards in the chat. Awesome. I love it when you guys get cool stuff in the chat. So again, everybody, we're going to try to keep everything running. How are we doing over here? Oh, that's done. Okay, I don't want to look over there, though, because I will probably die. Whoa, what's that? Spare parts. If you're not paying attention in this game, that's the second they start to attack you. Alright, I gotta get over here. I'd say probably what I want to do is cut my way up to a little shelf. There we go. Want to make your own little shelf that you can kind of hang out on. Also protects you a little bit against mobs trying to grab you. You can also upgrade your shaper so your shaper goes faster. And of course, the further you go in the game, the higher quality item, the faster it goes, the more resources, the more bonuses you get. You know, that kind of gameplay loop. Again, you get the general idea, and again, this game very repetitive in its current form, but that's what it's all about, really. If you think about it, when it's in early access, they're still working on it. Okay, this one has some stuff on it. Let's scan these first. Yeah, these are life fruit trees. And so what we want to do is kind of knock these down, and they'll give us some life fruit, and life fruit's great for healing yourself. You need a bunch of them, though. The first one we want to sedate is the bog hound, if you can. There you go. Because that works pretty good. This one I'm going to grab and then chuck over that way. Oops, fell in a hole. And then go ahead and get these guys and then sedate them. The reason why you want to sedate them is so that, one, they don't pick up. One, they don't attack you, so I'm going to yeet that guy way over that way. And there's a reason why they're there in the first place. Now, what I need to do is I need to destroy some boghound burrows. And the way you do that is you shape all this out. And you got to watch out for those guys. Come back for the loot in a minute. I found this out by mistake. Oops, I hit that guy over there. I'm going to hit him with some water to try to slow him down and knock him out. There we go. And then once he's out, you run over, you sedate him. And game gets easier. Oh, unless he hits you. Oh, and there we go. So now I'm down. Now when I'm down, what happens is I take damage. Something that might be vital to what I'm trying to do to survive might be going on, but now I can't do anything because I'm pretty much going to die. Then I have to very awkwardly try to use a heal. And I try to lead them away from each other so you're not taking both of them on at the same time like that. And then sedate this one. Collect his stuff. There we go. Now, it just so happens that over here we have one of these little healing pools. So we're going to go in there as well, utilize that healing pool as well. And there we go. And yeah, we took it out. Do we get credit? I don't think we did. Oh, it didn't come out yet. Okay. So we got 2 of them down. Now, they do jump, so watch out for that. I got to get his friend there. Oh, I'm out of energy. Now, sometimes you don't want to capture them. Sometimes you just want to kill them. Like this one here, I want to go ahead and do as much damage as I can. Take him out. There we go. Run to this guy, and then go ahead and sedate him. And then grab that loot. And then, of course, another one is spawned because they want to make it hard on me. I just want this stuff to fall down if it's possible. I don't know why it's not falling down. It is what it is. Put that in our pocket. Whoa, look out. Now, I think they jump way too much and are way too accurate with their jumping. And they'll hit you like nearly every single time. So be careful. So again, I'm trying to take out one of these things. I'm supposed to take it out. I don't know if I'm just supposed to find the center of this thing, which is right there. Maybe I have to take out that center thing, and then everything else comes down. Ah, there it is. All right. Now we got it. And then we can go ahead and pick up these tentacles, and if we have any other eggs, and we'll go ahead and get that. But yeah, there we go. We got all this stuff. Very nice. We got some loot. All right. Now, this area is a lot more dangerous than, obviously, the other planet. We're just looking for resources that go along with what we need. Don't see any there. We'll just move on. Now, the real trick to this game is keep moving. Keep moving as much as you can. Also, be in the correct thing down there. Like so. And again, if you get any aggro, make sure to watch out for that. We'll get a bunch more of these in case we need to heal ourselves on the go. And this will, let's go ahead and activate. There we go. And so I'm just going a random direction. I don't know what's over here. I don't remember. I did play it in the original beta and all of that stuff as well. But very fun game, I find. And we only have so much time. You have about 30 minutes total to do whatever you need to do. Oh, and yeah, my wing thing has been broken. My glider has been broken now. So we want to get over here. And again, just trying to find some aluminum. so we can get it going. Okay, well, we got some quartz. We'll take whatever new stuff we can get. Oh, like ended up in a hole there. How did that happen? I don't know. I don't know. All right, quartz is always a good thing in Astroneer. Uh-oh. We got problems. We got to make some choices here. Damaged one. Yeah, let's get rid of the damaged one and then put away. There we go. Now, the great thing about the resources is once you have one, you can stack it to hundreds of that particular resource. So we're going to go ahead and stack out a ton of quartz here. And really, Astroneer and this game, very much resource collection. So I'm going to run around and just collect as much of different types of resources as you can. And just kind of backlog those. And then when you need them, you'll have them in your storage. Now remember, if you do die and you don't get out in time, and you don't have any way of resing yourself or anything like that, that's why I always keep myself a Medimash, at least one. Just in case I do die, and if I do run out of that one, I do just immediately leave, because most likely you're going to get downed, and then you won't be able to get any of that loot anyway, so doesn't really help you. And again, we'll ping way over that way. Don't see any... oh, my glider's still working. Huh. I thought my glider was broken. Kind of looks like it's like... not working at full capacity kind of thing. Look at this spot. Ping. More quartz. Okay, we'll tag that. Let's see what this is over here. Oh, carrot links. This is a carrot ling main area. Yeah, okay, yeah, I think I've scanned all of those before. Resin. Resin's always good. But we're on a mission for stuff that we don't got. Resin you can get pretty much anywhere. I'd probably just get that in the main world because that's much easier. Definitely go around and scan everything, though, because you may not have had... Whoa! Those things are bouncy. I forgot. Yeah, okay, more stuff that we need to gather that we haven't gotten before. Probably leave the transistor behind and grab a bunch of this. Again, anything new that you see, grab a bunch of that. Yeet. There we go. Always the sneezing for some reason. I don't know what's up with the sneezing. All right, and then... again, we'll try to find this loot. Sometimes this stuff's in the way. Camera angle sometimes a little awkward. There we go. Get that out of my way so I can see where that quartz is. Quartz is probably one of the first things you want to grab in Astroneer because you can get make beacons and other things like that from it. Also glass. So, pretty awesome. And the same thing here in Starseeker, I would get a whole bunch of it. I could just sit and do this, everybody. I love collecting resources like my jam. We're going to get back to running some stuff in Satisfactory in the background here in a bit, and we're going to check in with how we're doing. I'm probably going to need to take a little bit of time to collect some more biofuel and to process that biofuel. As well. I wonder if I could just cut the top of this mountain off. I kind of feel like you have to find the core of that particular spot for it to knock that whole thing down. I can see there's this is coming from over there. It's kind of a way upper area there, way up on the top. Very cool. Let's ping again, see what we can find. Alright, not finding much. Alright, well, let's go this way and we'll use our glider to get across here. Oh, we got another one of these things. Let's see what we can find here. Try to land on the ground, see if there's anything under this. And this didn't used to fall down, but they are adding the mechanics now that this stuff just breaks and falls down. So I think it's cool. And then you can go in and say, is there anything under the water here? Not in this case. Sometimes there is, especially in the main world. You can find some stuff down there. I haven't found any aluminum yet. It might be underground. Sometimes the stuff, you'll be running over there and you're like, I don't see it. I don't know where it is. It's underground in a cave. Thank you, Blood Vein. I appreciate it. All right. Now, do we want to just dip out of here or do we want to keep going? How much time we got left? Yeah, we got about 9 minutes. Probably best to grab what we got. Dip out because we can always come back and look around again. And I always go with my instincts, everybody. My instincts say dip, and I'm dipping out. And of course, I'll take all this stuff that I just got. Some of that stuff is new. Some of that stuff is also in the other world as well. So while we're doing that, that's going to go ahead and fly over there. We're going to switch over to some Satisfactory here. We're going to drop those right in there. Going to backlog those so I can convert those all at the same time. Now what I've been doing here is using these portable extractors at the beginning of the game. Again, I'm playing in the hardest mode. Basically 100 times the resource. So instead of 50, we got 5,000 that we need to do. Oh, there we go. You can hear it in the background. Now I have the sound for Satisfactory off, and I've been doing this, I don't know, hundreds of times, everybody. A lot of times, over and over, both on stream and off stream. To try to produce enough resources to get us past phase 1. So far, I am 881 of 5,000, though I have been backlogging a bunch of resources, and then I'm going to process all those resources at the same time. And because these take so long to make, you definitely want to get the maximum use out of your biofuel. And it is much better for me, again, to manually collect it. I'll give you a quick look around. Now, what I did is I had a much larger base. I tore that whole entire thing down, and I then optimized it for final production, meaning that it has really only 2 things that it is doing. And, of course, over there I have a bunch of stuff stored as well for later on. But basically, you have the primary conversion of your biofuel over here, which will convert this biofuel and makes just enough power to run our assembler over here, which is making the smart platings. And again, normally you'd only need to do 50. So I've already done, I don't know, 10 times that much or more, 20 times that much. I've already done that much and run that in there. So in the normal game, when you don't have the settings set to 11, you would already be past phase 1 and you'd be into phase 2, 3, 4, where you can automate everything and it will perpetually run. Here we cannot do that. It's all manually collected. You have to manually collect the trees and the leaves to create the biofuel. And I've tried a bunch of different combinations, including clear cutting. Look how there's no trees anywhere, everybody. It's because I cut basically all of them down. And then you have a few spotted here and there, the smaller ones. But basically went around and clear cut the entire area, and it wasn't even close to the amount of extraction I would need to do. I would literally have to cut down everything in the entire game, and then I might be left without any biofuel that I could use to actually convert the final product. So the smarter thing to do, efficiency-wise, is to save the biofuel for converting the final product, which I cannot do manually, and do all the rest of the stuff manually. Like right now, it does not have enough fuel because it used up all the fuel to basically convert. So again, we are playing some Starseeker as the primary game. You can see right here, we've got all this. I'm going to just say skip all. And let's just go ahead and be smart and basically put all this stuff away. We also got a broken glider there that we're going to need to fix. We'll just go ahead and put all this stuff in there as well. Now, it does automatically put your resources in the resources thing. I really love that. I would like also to have like a gear section would be great. Now, again, our glider is broken, so probably want to fix that. Let's go take care of that. And then we're going to switch back to some satisfactory, collect some biofuels so that we can let our assembler run in the background. And eventually, when we do get past phase 1, we will we'll actually be playing it more actively, because we're kind of playing passively right now. Where we set stuff up, we let it run in the background, right? That's what I call a passive play. Okay, so we got our glider here, and then what we need to do is we need to change the blueprint to V2, which basically means repair. So I need to repair that glider, and I need 5 plastic to do that. And then, of course, right over here is where you make your refiner. We're going to go here, and there's 1, 2. Oh, we don't have enough carbon, so more carbon up here. Carbon is done from organic, which you need to trade some stuff in to get that. So I forget how many I need, so I'm just going to make a whole bunch. There you go. That's how you get it done. Then 1, 2, 3 more. I always make just what I need because I might need some of it later on. I don't make an excess amount of it. Unless I was really grinding, where I was just collecting mass amount of resources, converting into what I call the second tier resource. You got your basic raw resource, second tier, and then sometimes you have like a third or fourth tier resource that you're converting along the way. All right, so glider V2 here. It's also going to cost me some of my bytes here, so I'm just going to hit that. Now my glider all good again. And you can see it went back into my inventory there, and I also ended up with a bunch of resources. You don't want to carry that around with you because that was a whole lot of work to get the organic, to trade in the organic, to sell a bunch of stuff. You see I got absolutely tons and tons of loot in there. I wish they had a sort button, but sadly they don't. I'm sure they'll add it at some point where you can organize and get all the stuff that's like the other stuff next to each other. Now, you can do it manually. Like, I can go ahead and say, okay, I want to put this here. Very weirdly, you cannot click on an object and pick that object up and put your other object down. You have to very much manually move this stuff out of here first, and then say you want all of these together. You'd have to manually shift that around versus just being able to click this. That picks up the transistors and puts that down where it already is, which is how most games work. But really what you need is just a sort button. I press 2 and it just automatically puts the things that are like the other things automatically sorted in there. Hopefully they add that at some point. And again, I got all my gear here at the end. You can see I have different stamina boosts and all that stuff where you can adjust your loadout. My main loadout is to make my shaping tool more powerful. I also have a really nice level 2 stamina mod, but I don't have a big enough backpack yet to do that. And you do unlock more slots. You can see I have a bunch of extra slots if you've seen the base where you first start. You can see I have different slots for movement now, and then also for utility. So you can try to mix and match. Now, I haven't seen any single slot movement items yet, but they might be there somewhere. And again, remember, these are different. These are utility mods here, and then this is a movement mod, which are separate, right? And then, of course, some of these are actual gadgets that you're using, like your nozzle. Gadgets like this, you just put in your inventory, and then you select it, and then you say use, boom, and it does that thing. It activates that particular thing as well. All right, so we didn't find any of the stuff we need. Now, we do want to go ahead and also craft a gadget, which is our Medimash. I never leave the space station if I can help it without 5 total, because that's the maximum stack that you can carry with you, and then also some keys in case I want to open some boxes and stuff like that. So we're going to fly right down here. We're going to get ready to, we're going to get ready to go on an adventure, but what we're going to do is switch to satisfactory here for a moment so that we can run some of these resources. Now I'm going to go ahead and utilize this top one here and just kind of put all that stuff in there for a minute. We got anything up here? No. Okay, we'll put all that in there for a minute. And again, I could be using the extractor to do it, but it costs power, it costs biofuel, it costs me my most precious resource, both in game and in real life, everybody, your time. Again, thank you, Bloodbed. Thank you so much. There you go. And I forgot to give you guys a bunch of caps for let me know everything is running. Thank you very much. I gave you a bunch extra. All right, so you can see that I have a Xeno Zapper, and most importantly, I have the chainsaw on me. So what I'm going to do, and typically I'll end up with extra right over here into the actual generator here that's generating the power for this. Or I'll just go look over here. Yeah, a little bit there. And then a little bit here. And you might be thinking, Kismet, well, you need that for running the factory. Well, actually, the smarter thing to do is to use it for the chainsaw. And this way, you're going to get more resources as you go along. Now, another thing that I like to do is basically pick up, I'll put one of these benches down, I'll put all my resources away, and then I'll pick the bench back up again, because what it's going to do is just bring the minimum amount of resources I need to remake that bench. It gives you all of your resources back when you deconstruct stuff. So we're just going to run around for a little bit here, and I'm just going to run randomly in this direction. I think we have some more trees the other way. But I'm just going to run this way. Again, I have the sound off right now. If I run by some bushes or trees or something, we're just going to go ahead and use the chainsaw. Now, it does AoE everything around it. If we do this enough, everybody, we could, in theory, cut down everything in the entire game. This is the most biofuel I've ever bothered to create, because normally I don't need it. After about, I don't know, 3-4 hours of playing the game, you could move on. Basically by making those 50 objects really easy. You can see that I made 800 of them manually, don't even need the biofuel. And then you could move on to phase 2, get those resources made, and you can make those all manually, don't need any stuff, any machines to do that. Again, probably one of the easiest things to do is to put down a bunch of portable miners, and then just let your character create a bunch of stuff. Now, I think one of the smart things to do is, of course, progress your character as far as you can. Then you're going to have a much larger inventory. You're going to have different hand slots, that kind of stuff if you are playing it in this tougher mode. If you're playing it in the normal mode, you don't necessarily have to do that. You can just unlock that stuff as you go. Sometimes I unlock it in the way later game, in the kind of end game. Sometimes I neglect my unlocking of my MAM stuff. But again, we're just going to spend a little bit of time running around doing this. Now, of course, we have Starseeker in the background. And this will let this run while we're doing other things. We're going to try to see if we can get this. Yeah, there we go. And again, remember, it's AoEing everything in there. Like this. And sometimes I'll hit E or I'll hold down E to just get all this other kind of random stuff that's here. And sometimes I'll get this and it will still get the tree. It'll get this and the tree and all of that. There's also a camera shaking that they have turned on. Now I turn that off because it does affect people in the chat and affects me with my medical conditions as well. Yeah, just going around chopping down some trees, everybody. Now we need to take some serious, put some serious effort into collecting this. And again, just holding down E there, going for the big tree. And watch out for mobs. Now I cannot hear the mobs because I have the sound turned off. But if anybody tries to shoot at me, we'll know. It'll warn us that enemies are nearby. And again, we're just grabbing whatever. And Fred's saying, go this way. All right, Fred, I'm on it. It's my buddy Fred. Some people will call him Peanut. It is what it is. But there used to be a very large... Well, there's a big boy over there, too. There used to be a very large forest here, everybody. And you might notice that that very large forest does not exist anymore. Also, down this way, there used to be a very large forest here. As well, we can see there's no forest there anymore. I'm basically causing deforestation. And this does not respawn as far as I know. Whoa, okay, I jumped off the side. I did not mean to jump off the side. Luckily, I did survive, though. There we go. Maybe fate trying to tell me to go this way. And we're going to climb up here. And again, this game you can climb up. I'd get right here in this corner. There we go. And you can see I've cut all this down. And there's some mobs trying to get me, but I'm going to jump down. Again, it says hazard. I can see it says hazard. Again, look, no trees, everybody. This whole area is where you typically would come to find a lot of coal. But I not only does it take 100 times the resources, it takes 5 times the power. And in every step, somebody hitting me. In every step along the way, it also takes twice as much resources in the first one, and then in the next one in the process, it would take twice that. So really, it would be 4 times, because it's going to double the requirement of the first one, and then the next one would double that again. Then it would be 8 times the resources, 16, 32, 64. You get the idea. So it's going to be doubling and doubling again and doubling again. So that makes it very difficult to do this kind of stuff. Now, I really want to get up there and chop down some trees. And I don't think I've unlocked my ladder yet. We can just take a look. Again, everybody, we're just kind of popping into some satisfactory so we can queue this up and let it run. That's really my goal. I did not bring any concrete. Oh, that's a bummer. Do we actually have any concrete over here? That's a great question. We do. We can just kind of manually create. Oh, there's some right there. We don't have a note of it, but we do have a little bit right here. And usually I like to bring my limestone. Now, I don't have the dimensional depot set up yet because I just don't have the resources to produce that stuff. I go around and maybe find it somewhere. And again, we just grab that. There we go, a little bit of limestone. And because I was smart enough to think ahead, I have brought enough for a workbench. And there we go. And so you can do it on the go as well. If you are in need of a certain type of thing, you can do it on the way. Oh, we got some baddies trying to get me. Where are you at? Oh, right. Okay, let's do it. You ready for some of this? You ready for some of this? Did not bring any ammo. So we're going to have to do this old school. Got him. Punch him. Punchy punch. Where you going? Where you going? You ain't going nowhere. Come here. Give me that. And then we chomp our little barrels, which has like been in the game since the game came out. You're gonna see if you basically watch old satisfactory tutorials or you watch old streams, everybody is running around with that thing in their hand, which I think is pretty funny. Also, see, you can manually collect stuff like this. So say you want to make some more plates or whatever it is, you can go ahead and manually collect it. You could actually go AFK at this point, because you can see I'm not actually doing that. I just hit E, and then it will sit there and collect, especially in the very beginning of the game when you want to make some portable miners. And I can make portable miners on the go if I have enough for my equipment workshop here, or I can just make it, all right? So we might want to make some magnets here. And you always have this option of being able to make it yourself. And then we can make some extra iron plates. And then we can try to climb up there. Don't think I have enough resources. And actually, I can just see a road there. How about we just take the road instead? Let's do that. And again, my other game on Starseeker, you can see that he's just chilling out in the thing. He's not going to die or anything like that. I do kind of do a collection of base resources like this, and then I just let it run as well. Don't run in a straight line, everybody. You want to just kind of do your thing, maybe a little jumping, holding this down, get up here in this top area. Now my goal is just to fill up my inventory with a bunch of these resources that can be converted into biofuel. Now you can see I actually have one left over there. So I'll try to find a little spot where they're not up in my business. They can actually knock me off the edge, which they have done to me in the past. And now we can take some of this resource, say the leaves here, and we can then, again, while we're running around, because we thought ahead and we thought, hey, wait, I'm going to bring enough so I can make a bench. I can put a bench down anywhere in the world. I can go ahead and make myself some biomass leaves. Now, I actually have the ability to do the solid biofuel, which has more power content in it, and then also it takes up less resources as well. Sometimes it's more effective to use the leaves and use the actual biomass itself. I just use the solid biofuel so that it doesn't take as many slots up and I can collect more resources. So we're going to go ahead and make some more solid biofuel for our chainsaw. And I usually find if I'm trying to fill up my entire resources, and I'm usually grabbing other little things too that do take up a few slots, but usually around 50 is good enough. And sometimes I have some left over from running the power. And if I have like 50 left over, 100 left over, I just take that with me. And then use that to get more biofuel. That's the point of it, is that you're using your biofuel to get more biofuel to produce stuff and so on and so forth. Now, doing these things, everybody, doing these smart platings take a tremendously long time. They really do. They take a long time to actually process this. Even with 50 of them, it does take a while. But I'm doing 5,000, so it could actually take me months in real life to actually do that, because it will take a while. Now, again, here's where we start getting on a roll, where we're just kind of running around and grabbing all the trees and all the stuff. And you can see I've got aggro of something. And again, I'm just cutting this all down. Oops, switch to area mode. I turned my mode off, apparently, by pressing a button somewhere. All right, I'm going to get out in the open. So if you have this guy coming at you, here he is. You get out in the open, you let him run at you. Come on, big boy. Oh, there's some calves for everybody. So he's running at me. Whoa, there's 3 of them. What you want to do is just focus one. This guy I'm trying to get. He's trying to get me by the edge, I think. I'm just ditching his friends. There we go. Oh, that one got me. It's okay if you take a little damage. These guys are fairly easy to do. And if I had some fuel for my stuff, and again, I'm just trying to focus the same guy, and then the last one, again, you can just jump over him. You also get him while he's running away. Again, obviously trying to slide behind him. Grab these trees so he's not hiding behind the trees, and now he's toast. There we go. And then, of course, I can just hold down E, and I can collect all of this stuff pretty easy. Now, I noticed I was not in, I must have pressed the button, I was not in area mode, because whatever it says that you need to switch to, or that you can switch to, means that you're not in that mode. So I wasn't in AoE mode, and now I am. Again, now I'm back to that. I was earlier, because I know I was cutting down a whole bunch of stuff. But you want to get the trees and the leaves. It just saves you time from having to manually go and collect all of that. And I'm typically focused on the wood, because the wood gives you a lot more biofuel. So I'm going to speed up. I hope you don't mind. Because I typically go a little slower on stream, just so you guys can see what I'm doing. But I think you got the gist of this. I'm chopping down a bunch of trees. I'm taking that wood, taking those leaves. And then we're going to create some biofuel to make stuff that we can't manually make. And again, the trees are the biofuel. And I have cut down, I don't know how many now, the most I've ever cut down. A lot. And again, you really want to focus the trees. If you miss some of the bushes and whatnot, that's no big deal. But I try to hit them as I'm running through like this. And you can also try to get the leaves, which are nearby the trees and so on. And some areas are tougher than others. You're going to have some higher end mobs in those areas, including spiders and things like that. So I try to keep my health pretty high, just for that reason. Speaking of, let's go ahead and get that health all the way up. And then we're just going to keep chopping down all these trees. Another great thing about clear cutting the trees is the fact that you're going to see stuff that you would probably miss just running by. And again, I try to get by multiple trees here. Also looking for any mobs that might get me. Some mobs can one-shot you, so look out for that. Especially if you're lower health. I've been pretty high health, and then some of those really high-end mobs, especially spiders, will come at you at such a speed that it's hard to dodge in the early game. Later game, we're going to get some stuff that's really going to help us and really give us a massive advantage because we'll have the vertical power, right? That ability to float around vertically, and that's going to really help a lot. But what we need to do, again, just get past phase 1. And normally, you don't have to do it at this scale, everybody. This is only for an insane, crazy person like me who would say, oh, they put a whole bunch of hard things in here. Hold on, let me just crank that to 11 and see how the hardest mode, playing it the hardest way that you can play, plays out. And now we know, everybody, you got to grind, but I am the grind master. I have no problems taking on the hardest challenges because when you do those challenges, everybody, you know you're going to be in the 0.01% of everybody who's ever played this game. I know that I will be that guy once I get this done. And of course, my whole thing about playing games, everybody, is not just making huge fancy things. It is all about efficiency. How can we do it and be the most efficient at it? Sure, I can spend endless hours making fancy stuff, making castles and things like that, but I've seen so many other people do that. That's kind of cliche to me, everybody. That's like easy mode for me, though it does take a lot of time. Sometimes those things are not difficult. They just take massive amount of time because you have that repetition that you need to do to build giant castles. And plus, you also have to have a good amount of knowledge of architecture and how you build things like that. It's good to challenge yourself. If you know you're not sure how to make a castle, you're like, okay, yeah, I want to learn how to make a castle. Well, then that's great. But I know I can make castles all day long, so that's not a challenge for me. That's not a challenge anymore. I've already unlocked that challenge, already unlocked that achievement. What I need to do is do this in the hardest mode, the most efficient way that I can figure out how to do it. And that's what really challenges me to play games, is how can I do this at the best way that I like to play, right? And remember, it's your game. You play it however you want. If you want to do spaghetti and run wires all over the place, however the hell you want, go for it. It's your game. Yeah, you answer to nobody. If you want to make it super precise and perfect 90s and that kind of stuff, I love doing that myself. But I use all the techniques. See, I don't limit myself. Like a lot of people say, Kismet, clip your base, do it like this, do it like that. I said, nah, I'm going to use all the techniques. Because if I use all the techniques, then I'm getting the benefit of all of them. So you'll see me just kind of sometimes just running a line so I can progress to the next stage. And then sometimes you'll see me go in making 90 degrees and making everything look nice and all of that stuff. Which is also very fun. And then I also use a modular style, which is very somewhat unique to me and a few others that do like to build in a modular style, meaning that your stuff kind of snaps together like Legos. So when you go in there and you make a bunch of blueprints, those blueprints are in segments that you can use. Oh, you anticipated me going left there. That was pretty impressive. This is called line of sight right here. Watch this. You're going to hit that edge. Oh, or not. This guy hits hard, man. You got to get him quick. And they do have a tendency to try to run away because they are a ranged mob. I suggest just take a few hits and wipe them out. And then you're all good. Now, these guys are going to be annoying over here, so we're just going to take them out too. And I'm just going to run right at him. Going to hit him, jump past him, and then get behind him and choose this guy. Oh, where'd he go? Whoa, that was a pretty good move there. There he is behind me. Jump past him, try to get in an angle behind him. Watch out for the guy on the left. He's coming at me as well. I'm going to take this guy out, and then I'm going to go for this guy, hit him, get behind him. He's going to turn around. I'm going to just slide left, get behind him again. He's got this one charge. He can charge forward. And then definitely look at where they went down so you can get those resources as well, just like that. There you go. Now, we've got to watch out when you are running around because you can just all of a sudden run into a whole nest of stuff. I saw there was a whole nest of stuff up over the hill here, over that way. So just keep that in mind. And again, we're just going to do a little satisfactory as well. You use your tips and it does make it easier. Absolutely. Absolutely. Again, I'm going to show you all my gaming secrets from 50 years of gaming, everybody. Again, I don't hoard them all. I just show you guys along the way. I also like to show you guys in context. So if I just told you a bunch of random stuff, which I see some people do, that doesn't really help you because it's not in the moment of me doing it. I typically will like to explain or at least have some context so you're like, oh, okay, now I understand that, and then you'll most likely remember that better as well. Yes, I kind of think that stuff through. I know, for your guys' benefit. And again, I'm just cutting stuff down. Now, if I see this area gets really tough, it gets too tough for me, for my character in his current phase 1. So he's like at the beginning of the game. Everybody, again, he doesn't have that many defenses. We did unlock everything that we could possibly unlock within reason here in phase 1, including the ability to make our inventory larger, to have more slots and things like that. We also have our blade runners, which is basically allows us to move faster and jump higher. So when mobs come at us, we can jump higher, try to get out of the way, and then also run faster when we need to get away as well. All right, let's go over here and check on this. Every now and again, you want to do this or you're going to get disconnected from the server. There we go. And again, we'll be jumping back and forth. My goal is to fill up my inventory. You want to make your biomass run be efficient, and the best way to be efficient is to maximize that use of your time, right? So the use of my time would be best used by filling up my inventory to its maximum amount as much as I possibly can. And you can see it's starting to get filled up. I love the sort function. I wish that every game would just put a default sort function in there. I don't know why they don't. And Satisfactory, I feel, is the best in just about everything. It does have one small flaw, and that is the inability to hit R to collect the resources. So if I'm in a container and I want to take everything out, I just want to hit R. It doesn't have a shortcut key. That's my only complaint. Other than that, this game's a 12 out of 10. An absolute milestone in these type of games. And every other game should do what this game does. That's how you know. Because you're like, oh, yeah, that's how that should work. That should work just like that. When you're putting a foundation down and you roll to the edge, it puts the foundation forward or to the side or whatever at the same level of the one you're aiming at. And that's how that should work. And once you know how that should work, all of them should work that way, right? Unless you discover a better way, which I have not seen. I'm willing to try another way if someone finds a better way, but I know this way is awesome. So I'd love 7 Days to Die to take a little clue on that. And every other building game should definitely take a clue on Satisfactory, because they did such a great job of their updates and to think about how the player plays versus, oh, this is how we want to do it, right? We want to do it like this. Well, hey, it's your game. You do it how you want to do it. But I think you're building a game for players to play. And so if you are, then you want to think about the player's experience of how they're going to play and how they would interact with stuff and make that interaction as nice as possible, as enjoyable as possible. So once you see a mechanic, everybody, that works great, I highly recommend going, oh yeah, okay, that's how that should work. Let's do that like that, and our players will love that. Let's go. I am all for that style of development. Now, of course, you obviously don't want to copy everything that they're doing and make another Satisfactory, because that would be a complete waste of time. It's kind of like making another Sea of Thieves, like making all the games out there. I was playing Throne and Liberty. Was it Throne and Liberty? No, I was playing Skull and Bones. Skull and Bones. And someone's like, well, this is not Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves is way better than this game. And I'm like, why would you want this game to be Sea of Thieves? Sea of Thieves is a phenomenal game, but you already got Sea of Thieves. Why do you want this game to be Sea of Thieves? Go play Sea of Thieves. I feel like sometimes gamers, they don't take that into consideration. You don't want the same game again because you already got a great game that's like that. Do you want another Satisfactory? Well, I might want to have more storyline or more planets, sure. But do I need another game that's exactly like Satisfactory? Absolutely not. Because Satisfactory has already done that thing, unless it innovates in some way on those mechanics. But not just a little bit, everybody. It has to be epically different. Kind of like what I said to Discord when Discord first came out. I said, you can't be just a little better than everything else. You have to be a lot better. You have to be distinctly better than the thing that you are emulating or taking inspiration from. And there's nothing wrong with taking inspiration from amazing games. This game definitely does, from games like Factorio and stuff like that. And they say they did. You know, they're inspired by those type of games. And that's the best way to come from, everybody, is not to just say, oh, well, we thought it up on our own. Yeah, sure you did. Sure you did. All right, we're going to go ahead and convert some of these leaves down to biomass. And that's going to take up less of our inventory space. And that's going to allow us to collect a lot more. And you can see, again, we just have this ability to put that down, convert it anywhere we go. And that's going to, again, we want to collect as much wood as we can. And then put that wood in there to be converted into biomass. And any of these leaves, we'll do it manually. Why we want to do it manually? Because it costs power to do. So you don't want to convert your leaves in this hardest mode. Now, the normal mode, no big deal. You grab a bunch of biofuel, you throw it in there, you use your leaves, you use all your stuff, and have it convert it for you. But again, in this mode, again, this is like 0.01% would even attempt this. But I've seen a bunch of people attempt it. They turn the thing up, but they're doing 2,500, not 5,000. 5,000 is a lot. And again, you can see I'm only 881. And this playthrough is like 300 hours already, but it's 300 passive hours, meaning that it's been running in the background or running off stream, and I just every 30 minutes I come over here, I queue something up while I'm working on other stuff. Unless I get too tired, then I lay down and I just let it sit there. Or if I have IRL stuff I have to do and whatnot. But again, thinking ahead and saying, hey, I can condense this down so I can have more inventory slots to carry more resources back is very useful. I could also go through and convert all the biomass, all the wood to biomass and collect more. But I feel like, again, time-wise, you only want to spend so much time. Now, while it's running in the background, let's go ahead and, again, move around a little bit here. Do we need any more quests? I kind of feel like we have all the quests that we can currently do. Again, we're going to be switching back and forth between games. There's no active events right now. Let's see. Yes, I've reached the limit of my questing. Now, it's a little dangerous to be over here. I can't hear Satisfactory, and I don't know what's going on over there right now. But we'll go back. Okay, now it's converted. Again, this is like a passive versus active play. So that was passive when I'm letting it convert in the background. And there we go. Now we've got some more room. Cut down some more trees. Let's go. Now, again, I would suggest... Oh, I've got to make some more biofuel as well. That was about 50 we used. So let's call it 75 now. So maybe we need about 75 biofuel to completely fill our inventory if we're going to also convert the leaves over. And I can tell you right here, we could throw that away. We could throw this away now. Probably our iron plates we can throw away because we already put this down. And we can throw this away. And I was going to go ahead and climb up there. But again, not worth to have those slots filled up. This stuff over here, I'm just kind of backlogging a bunch of that for later. But I do need a bunch of biofuel. Let's say another 50 biofuel so my chainsaw works. We're going to deconstruct this so we can make more of those wherever we are. It's kind of like when I pick up my vehicles in 7 Days to Die. Everybody, we're going to play some of that later on, by the way. It's kind of like when I pick up my vehicles. And that's just so that it's the convenience of I'm carrying it around with me. And then wherever I'm at, I can just put it down. And again, I'm just trying to go to the easier parts of the game. And cut down as many trees as I can. Again, we're going to go as fast as we can here, so I'm just going to kind of focus the trees here. And I see there's some baddies down there. Honestly, I don't even know where I am right now in the game. I'm just wandering. Again, you can wander into some tough areas, though, so be careful. You just be wandering around, doing some stuff. And then all of a sudden, you've got some really high-level mobs on you. But remember... Sometimes the best thing to do is advance in the opposite direction, as they say. Also known as running away, but maybe you were not running away. Maybe you were just being smart. That's what I try to do. Be smart. I don't need to kill every mob. I don't need to get every blade of grass here as well. I see there is a whole bunch of wood right here. Again, if we could hit this wood, we could AoE the area and get a bunch more of them. And this is just tempting me to run in there, but we know what's in there, everybody. We know that there's going to be some spideys in there. We know some stuff's going to go down. But at least we'll grab some of this wood because it's just like totally easy to pick up. Again, you can also just start picking up the leaves, and if there happens to be wood there as well, often you can just go ahead and get both of those at the same time. This one, there we go. And then also over here on the wall, just kind of roll around it and get what I can get. Now, it actually is faster for me to pick stuff up because I can just hit E. But this whole world, everybody, is going to be very unusual in the fact that it's not going to have that many trees. Because I'm literally cutting them all down. Now, again, I could do this all day. I could just spend 5, 10, 20 hours, 100 hours just collecting biofuel. But there's a finite amount of resources, just like Thanos told you, in the world. And again, the world is just one giant map. And you would think, Kismet, you got plenty all over. Well, the thing is that because I'm in phase 1, going to some of the areas would be very difficult. I would die quite often in those particular areas because I couldn't defend myself or kill the mobs very easily. That would be there blocking all of the trees and stuff that I would want to cut down. Now, I could use a vehicle. A vehicle is a great way of not getting killed because you can just kind of dip through there and use your vehicle. Watch out for these things. I get stuck on these things all the time. Get rid of those. And again, I'm just running blindly through the forest. I don't know what's over here. I have no idea. But again, we just want to cut down some stuff. And again, we're dual playing Satisfactory and Starseeker at the same time. So if you're just coming in, you're like, hey, Kismet, this is not Starseeker. Just know that we're dual playing, all right? Just relax. I got it under control. I got it. And later on, we're going to dual play some Satisfactory and some 7 Days to Die solo. But I do want to get some time in collecting this. And I'm trying to kind of mix this into the stream so you guys can see some of the progress of Satisfactory. But I don't think it warrants your attention to watch me sit and let that stuff run for hours on end, everybody. I don't think that's that entertaining to watch on the stream, and I'm always thinking about you guys in that way. I know some of you hardcores are like, Kismet, I sit and watch it. I watch it all day, every day. I know you would, and I appreciate you for all that love. But I am of the way, of the old school way of we might as well do something entertaining. And I'm a big fan of collecting resources, so this part's entertaining. The collecting of resources, because something could go off the rails at any point. I could all of a sudden get 15 spiders on me, which might be foreshadowing. That could happen, because again, I don't know what's over here. I don't remember what's in all the different areas, even though I do have thousands of hours in Satisfactory. And I've built gigantic mega projects and things like that. My biggest thing, everybody, is I go, ooh, I want to go off and do this other thing. Big love to peeps who can play one playthrough for an endless amount of time. I do see a lot of people build gigantic, beautiful mega structures, everybody. Just so incredibly great. But I'm not that guy. I will build gigantic mega size stuff. You'll see me do it later. But I typically think, I want to give myself another challenge, right? Well, let's go ahead and do this in the hardest mode. Let's do it with 100 times the resources and 5 times the power and all of this and see if we can do it the most efficient way. And that's what we're doing right now. Again, the most efficient way right now is for me to just chop down these trees and just use the biofuel just for what I consider to be the final conversion, right? The conversion of your fuel, your biofuel, but also the conversion of your smart platings. And again, I need 5,000, which is 100 times. Oh, there's a guy on my left. All right, let's go. 2 guys. Okay. We're going to use this tree for a second. Little line of sight. Let's get the health up. They'll come over here. Don't worry. They'll come right to you. And then you shock them. You go around behind them and you get them. Can't see a thing. Get this guy. Where are you going? Get over here. And then we got it done, even though I can't hear anything. Again, the reason why I turned that sound off so you don't have to listen to all this sound. Plus, you don't want to have to listen to the sound of me cutting down trees for 5 hours anyway. Not that I'm going to do it for 5 hours on here, but whenever I'm going around doing the biofuel, I only do that on stream. So you guys can see, again, the progress of me collecting it. There we go. I kind of felt like it was filling up. Let's go ahead and try to hit one more right over here just to try to maximize the amount of wood that we have. And that's it. We're done. Okay, we're out of here. And now we cut down a lot of trees. And I think it's this way. We'll find out. I kind of feel like I came from this way. Yeah. And we need to make our way back. Now, here's the great thing. While you're running, just hold down. You want to get to a bush. Hold down E and keep the E down. Keep holding the E while you're running. So now when you're kind of dipping through all of this, you can see my little hand is grabbing random additional resources. And I kind of swing my way over there. And, you know, kind of run through those on purpose. Oh, and I left my explorer over there. Grab this, and then you got to redo the bushes. And again, don't run in a straight line. Whoa! Hey, going off the side. Okay, that was close. Can't get that bacon because I don't got enough space. Get more of that. Can't grab any more of this. All right, we maxed out. And again, every time you see these, everybody, you should grab them, because then what it does is it puts it on reset, meaning that it's now going to respawn. So it's on a respawn timer, and those do respawn. Same thing with these things over here. You'll see me grab those as I'm running by, and that'll put that timer again. That's multitasking. So if you have 50 of those on reset timer, then you know you got 50 of them that are going to generate 50 more, right? So it's almost like resetting a generator. That's going to generate that stuff. Now I'm going to show you a little trick, everybody, and this is old school. You slide and then you jump, right? I hit the edge of that thing. But you're not sliding uphill, you're sliding downhill. So if I slide downhill and I jump, you can see I got momentum, and then now I'm getting more momentum. It takes some practice, but this is like when the game started. We figured this out. Some of us old school day one satisfactory players like me. We figured that out. It really does help you a lot in the early game when you are traversing from one place to another. All right, right over here. Now, one of the smart things we should do is, because we picked up our crafting bench, we should put our crafting bench back down where we got it from. And then right here, we have some actual production. Now, over here, these are the ones that run that assembler. And this is the one, and again, it's separate, that runs the conversion over here. So I'm going to put the ones I have left in there. This one right here is going to make solid biofuel from this biomass. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. Now, the smart thing for me to do is actually not wait for it to go. It's just to put it right in there. There we go. And then put the rest of it in here. It's going to go ahead and convert that. Now, over here, you can see it's just going to take wood into biomass. You can see it also, I have it underclocked to maximize its power efficiency. And that's because it can only come in at a certain speed and it can only go out at a certain speed. Because I'm in phase 1, the maximum belt speed I can do is 120 per minute. So the output or the input, if it's more than 120, you might as well just crank it down. And we unlock that in the MAM. So we're going to go ahead and take the wood right there. There we go. And let that start to go. Now what it's going to do is it's on its own separate line. So this side over here is not functioning until this starts to do it. Now it'll go and produce some, and if it does create a backlog, that backlog will end up in this box. And then once it uses it up, it'll automatically distribute it. You can see I have what's known as a load balancer, right? That's where I have a bunch of splitters and mergers that balance the way that it goes. You can see more of it goes to this then goes to this. And this is going to fill up at some point too, and then it's going to backlog, and then all of this, it's going to be 100% to all of that over there, and then eventually backlog to there. Now we got a little bit of extra work to do. Again, let's check in on our Starseeker. We're going to be back to that here in just a moment. And then we're going to go ahead and manually convert the leaves. This allows me to not have to use another constructor, because remember, it takes 5 times the amount of power just for me to run an extractor or a constructor. So instead of it taking 4 power, it's taking 20 power. Now that may not seem like a lot, but if you're going around manually collecting the fuel, that's hundreds of hours just by adding a few extra ones, everybody. That's a lot of hours of manually going and collecting that biofuel. And I think the most efficient way of doing it, if you are going to do it at this absolutely insane mode, is to manually do most of the work. And then when you get to the phase 1 smart plating, you can see up there I have 881 so far. Then when you get to that point, then that's when you let the machine do it. There we go. All right. Totally not what I want to do. Nope. What am I doing? I'm pressing all the wrong buttons here. I wanted to sort that. There we go. And then now you can see that this is starting up here. But is it actually on is the question. See, it's not on, but it is starting to go. And we can see that our total production with max cons would be 75 and our capacity is actually 60. But that's okay because the thing is, see this 75 here? This is also including some of the stuff that's actually not going to be running the whole time. Over here you can see that our max con is 14, our capacity is 30. So some of this stuff is going to go ahead and run all of this on its own separate circuit. You can see that the electricity is only running to that one, and these three are only running to there. It keeps those two circuits separate. So if the assembler goes off, it doesn't affect my actual production. Now it's going to manually do that, or automatically do that instead of me manually doing it now. And you can see I've cleared all of that. Plus I collected a bunch of extra stuff, which I'm just going to go ahead and put in here. You can see that I have obviously collected that stuff before as we were running around. And now we are automating. And so this is now got the power to take our reinforced iron plates and our rotors. And you can see that I've spent a tremendous amount of time manually creating all of those, everybody. That is a massive amount of manual creation of those reinforced iron plates and also some rotors here. Now, obviously, we have more reinforced iron plates than rotors, and we were making rods here. So we want to grab back some of this original stuff that we were doing up here. There we go. And now it's a matter of letting that run, and you'll see that my numbers are going to start going up there because it's taking it and it's running it into the space elevator here. I got to get 5,000 of them in there. Smartest thing to do is to run it into the space elevator because, again, in phase one, holding 5,000 smart plates in a bunch of these boxes would be massive sums of resources, everybody. So you definitely want to just run it directly into there. Let it store the 5,000. Because that's a lot. That's a lot. And again, once we get past phase one into phase two, then we can go and get coal, and hopefully it's not using so much power that it just cancels out the coal. We'll find out. We'll find out eventually. But here's the thing. I know it is possible, and that is the important thing. It just will take time and effort. And so we're going to let that run. Now, in the background here, you can see I collected a whole bunch from our portable extractor, because if I was using the actual extractor itself, it would burn up power, cost me more of my time collecting more biofuel. So what we can do is use stuff that doesn't use any power. Everybody does not use any biofuel. You take these, and I forget how many of these I have down, but enough to fill up my inventory plus extra. So every few minutes, I can pick those up and have those. Now, one of those things I could do is I could pick these up every couple minutes and put it in a bunch of boxes, but then I would be using some of the resources for the boxes, and I tried a bunch of different combos as well. But really, my favorite combo is the manual conversion, and that is because it requires no power, and all it does is require time. And it's a passive thing, meaning I can go to the crafting bench here, I can say, okay, we're going to make some iron ingots, I can go ahead and start that going, and that's going to run for about 30 minutes, right, in real time. Hey, Siri, set a timer for 30 minutes. Now, while that is running in the background, because I have a pretty decent machine, I can run multiple programs at the same time. Back to some Starseeker. There you go. Okay. Now, we got to find this matcholite. So we're going to go to Tangle here. We're going to go ahead and launch over there and see what we can find. We're going to ready up. And away we go. Hey, Obama, what's up? Yeah, no, the more power that you're using, the faster you're going to burn up the fuel, right? It's kind of like when you're driving in your car. If you're driving at 90 miles an hour, you're going to be burning way more fuel than if you're driving at 45. And that's why they have that whole drive 55 thing, because it's the most optimal of using your fuel and whatnot. I don't think eventually it's going to be an issue, everybody. I think there will be a time in which power is actually free. I think that will be awesome because here's the thing. Getting power on the planet is actually more difficult because you have the atmosphere, meaning that you have like a 1/5 reduction in that power collection. And of course, solar panels now are getting very cheap. Everybody, it used to be thousands of dollars for a small one. Now you can get them for $100. And basically, you're getting free energy from the largest fusion reactor that we've ever found, called the sun. and it's free energy coming from that. But if you were to put a bunch of solar panels in the space and aim them at the sun, they would be basically getting that sun power 24/7, because the sun does not set if it's not on the planet, everybody. And you can make gigantic solar farms that would just be collecting energy. And you're like, well, Kismet, how do you get that energy back down to the planet? Somebody coming in. How do you get that energy back down to the planet? Well, you can actually use microwaves to do that. That's how they've done it for many years, and they've done signals that way. So you could take all of that power and beam that back down to the planet. Now, I think you should take it to the next level and have the ability to actually use that power for free for everyone in the world. And that would transform the world, everybody. And the way that would do that is, if you've ever seen those little kits that you can get, or vertical farming, you could actually make your own food, or you can grow your own food. You could do it now if you have space or whatnot, but you could actually do it in your house if you had those little grow bed things. So say you have little mini fruits and things like that that you could grow, something that would save you money by using that power. Is it more cost effective for you to use some power to grow your own food than it is to buy it somewhere else? That's really the cost factor. Is the power more expensive to grow it? The total, because you got to have the total price, right? You start it going, it grows, you then harvest it, and then you eat the food, the total power that it would take to grow that item. Is it more expensive to grow it yourself than it is to get it from the store? If the power was free, then obviously that would be a better option. So I hope that happens in your guys' lifetime. I'm not going to be around, everybody. I'm in the later half of my life. I'm 56 now. So my hourglass is getting very low on sand. My life hourglass is getting low. But I hope to one day that would transform the world, because there's three things that people need, and this is why they go to work every day, is food, water, shelter. And of course, we want a little bit of extra stuff. Maybe we want to buy some extra ice cream. You don't really need ice cream. You don't even need your cell phone, everybody. You don't really need it. It's a luxury to have one. There's people in the world right now have next to nothing, everybody. They are right now getting up to walk to a well that's several miles away from where they live. They're going to go to that well, get themselves some water for the day, and then they're going to walk 2 hours back to wherever they live right this moment in the world. And there's a lot of those people, everybody. So be thankful that you have the ability to sit here and watch me on Twitch or on YouTube or wherever you're watching me at. Again, I keep myself very well grounded in the luckiness of having at least some abundance in my life, everybody. Again, having working toilets and electricity and things like that, the stuff that we take for granted. But imagine if the entire world had that ability. If you could send power to the entire world, very much like Tesla wanted to do way back in the day, imagine if you had unlimited power. If you could run your own farms at home, your own hydroponics at home, if you could collect rainwater and convert it into drinkable, usable water, then you wouldn't have to basically work as hard, would you? No, because you would have an abundance of the reason why you go to work in the first place. You're working to survive. You're working to pay for your family. You're working to get that thing, or maybe move up in your job so you can make a little bit more. So maybe get that new car instead of that old car, or maybe new old car, whatever you need to do. You know how it goes, everybody. And that's the progression of human beings since basically the beginning of time, is that we need to figure out food, water, shelter. That's what we're doing every minute of every day. All humans are doing that at some point. And then some humans, of course, they're lucky they don't have that problem anymore. They've acquired enough wealth and money to where they don't have to think about that. But they still got to live as a human being, everybody. Even the richest people in the world still got to live. And what are you going to do with your time, your precious time that you have left? Are you going to spend it drinking on some beach somewhere? If that's your life choice, you go for it. Are you going to spend that time advancing humanity? You want to do that? Awesome. Again, it's your life. They're your choices. You answer to nobody, right? But I always think it should be something positive. For me, my time is running down, and what I love to do, just bring a little love into the world, everybody. Every stream, every single time, try to make my stream better than the one before. Whether it's in giveaways or just someone's having a rough day, they want to come in, relax, and hang out in my stream. That's what I'm all about, everybody. And again, since my time is winding down, I would rather spend my precious moments bringing a little love, a little entertainment here on the stream than to do anything else. Even going and say I collect $1 million and then I die. Well, guess what? That $1 million did me no good. It did me zero good, everybody, because I died. So it didn't help me. Of course, I'd pass it on to my kids and help them with their college and all that other stuff. But see, I don't think in terms of myself anymore. When you get to a certain age, everybody, and if you're like me, you had some success in your life and you've bought fancy things and you get fancy stuff, you start to realize that that stuff is things. And that is not the most important thing in your life. They will become very less important if you level up in real life, if you become empathetic to other people, if you care about other people more than you care about yourself or your stuff. Your stuff is just plastic and metal, everybody. It's your fancy car, your big house, all of those things. If that brings you a little bit of happiness in your life, awesome. But it's never more important than people. How you treat other people is, I think, the most important thing. How you treat others and how they treat you is not on you, everybody. That's on them. See, that's their job to treat you with respect and treat you kindly. If they don't, well, that's not your problem. That's their problem. They need to work on that. Unless you're being horrible to them, so that'd be something you would need to work on. But again, if you're getting bullied or people are being mean to you, usually it means a couple things. Either they just don't have the self confidence, they don't have that self assurance where they don't need to act out against other people. I don't need to tear other people down. The only reason why people tear other people down is because they don't feel secure. They are insecure inside, or they might have a tiny winky, or both. There you go. They're insecure in some way, everybody. If you're not insecure, everybody, you don't need to tear other people down. In fact, you will try to facilitate their greatness. And that's what I like to do. You'll see me do it with my team. I do it with my kids and my wife and my family. I try to facilitate their greatness. Now, of course, if they're going to be rude and obnoxious and annoying and all of that stuff, I will say, I don't like that. Don't do that. And if they continue to do it, then they're out. That's it. Same thing with friends and whatnot as well. So go out there and do what you love, everybody. Remember, you only got so much time in your life. My time's winding down, so I definitely want to use it to the maximum degree. And my one last wish in life is to get that Vault van going and drive around and go to like game studios and see what the latest games are that are coming out and share that stuff with you guys. And you guys go and take the virtual adventure with me. My kids are all grown up now. They're going to be fine. I've taught them all the things they need to know now, and they're going to learn a lot of things the hard way, as well as they're going to be fine because they're very, very smart. Everybody smarter than I will ever be, even if I tried really, really hard. I am work hard smart, everybody. I work very, very hard at stuff, and I try to figure it out and try to make it work. Do whatever I need to do, all the problem solving that needs to get done. Probably my best skill is problem solving, and I think that's kind of the ultimate skill to try to solve any problem, which I think is pretty cool. What we got over here? Some goop sacks. Get some of those. Again, see, I can multitask. I can play this game, and then, of course, in the background, we've got that Satisfactory going. Now, we're just going to try to do a little bit of Starseeker here, and I did start a bit late, so get a little bit of time in here because, again, it does take time to run around, grab all these resources and whatnot. And, again, trying to find that match light. I don't see any. I see some astral flux. I'm not really sure what zone this would be in. But we'll just keep running. Again, we have some things to do up there in the upper right as well. Some quests up there. I could work on those quests, but I really want to work on these resources. Very tempted to get that resin. When you have a glider, everybody, getting up high is your friend, like this. Scan boghound snared by snagvine. I thought I already did that one. Could have sworn I did that one. Oh, I see some resources over here that we might be able to grab. Let's get our map scan. Come on, where's that match light? Oh, there it is. Okay, higher priority is the node. Now, I highly recommend everybody that you do change your settings so that everybody who's running around in the world cannot see your pings, because otherwise what will happen is everybody else will run over here and try to grab this resource while I'm trying to grab it. Now, if it's my crew, I don't mind. I'll share some with them. Usually, like, they'll grab one half, I'll grab the other. But mostly just playing solo right now. Oh, man. See, every time I do something like this, too, it just reminds me of all the good times in Astroneer as well. And there we go. Our first round of matchlite, a.k.a. aluminum. Doesn't really look like the matchlite from Astroneer, which is like a stack of coins, I think it looks like, anyway. There we go. And again, this faster shaper is very handy. You can get these resources nice and fast. And then what I would do is I'd go ahead and just scan the area and see if there is any more of it. I don't see any more of it. If we ping, there'll be another node. Yeah, right there. Again, I would collect multiple nodes. Trying to avoid these baddies down here, though. What we got up here? And I kind of waited a second to see if there's any electricity going off. I just run around and I hit E a whole bunch. You might as well come back with something when you come back from your adventures. This way, at least you're backlogging a bunch of stuff. 28. I'm going to assume it's right over here. More stuff up here. More scrap. You can always drop it if you get a bunch of stuff. And I feel like I'm standing right on top of it. Yes. Okay. Maybe down at the bottom. I'll go ahead and shape my way down and see if I just run into it. Oh, what's this? Pigment. Oh yeah, these little pigment things. I'll pick a bunch of those up. And again, they kind of go inert. Aha, here we go. Again, this is a new planet. And of course, they can just keep adding planets over time. They had this planet in the beta of the game. I played the beta and the network test. Absolutely enjoy the game. Remember, if you don't like playing alpha games or early access games, you're like, hey, this game's not done. Well, then you shouldn't be playing early access games. Remember, this is the reason why they have it in early access at all. Is to get player feedback. And I think early access has helped a lot of games because you get away from that kind of arrogant, we know what people want thing. And you can develop it with the community that really enjoys your game and says, hey, I really like this game as well. Oh, I want to give a shout out, everybody. Hold on. If you are a big World of Warcraft, put one in chat, and if you've ever played World of Warcraft. I want to give a shout out. I saw this on a really great podcast here. Let me go over here and find it. I just added it to my wish list. Right over here. And I'm going to go ahead and give him a shout out because the person who made your favorite World of Warcraft, who made the Burning Crusade, who made the original World of Warcraft, worked on a lot of the questing and helped build World of Warcraft, and also Overwatch is coming out with a new game, which is going to go into early access at some point. And I'm going to throw it in the chat if you've not seen that. And I was watching a podcast from a podcaster called Lex Freeman, who is exceptionally great at what he does. So I'd Google him as well. You can find him on YouTube. But this one I want to give a shout out because it's totally my type of game. And I think it might be yours as well. It is called The Legend of California. Now, it is a survival style game set in the Old West. I love this kind of thing. Non-sponsored, by the way. I'm behind on all my podcasts and whatnot because I've been working really hard. And, of course, birthdays and giveaways and all that stuff I've been doing. So I was watching this one with him in there. And I am terrible with names, everybody. I forgot his name already. If you guys remember in the chat, let me know. I think I wrote it down somewhere. Oh yeah, Jeff Kaplan is his name. He's totally the type of dude that I would probably game with, because it was like a whole interview about him and how he got started in gaming and how he started designing levels. He was a modder. And then they hired him at Blizzard, and then he would go on to work at the World of Warcraft team and build World of Warcraft, which of course is one of the greatest games of all time, everybody. There's no dispute. There's no dispute of how incredibly great that was the first time you either went to Stormwind or Agrimar or whatever, whether you were a Horde or Alliance or whatever, and then every time you would come up over a hill, there'd be this beautiful expanse of this next area that you would see or whatnot, or you'd be on one of the little griffins and you'd be flying one place to another, and you'd see the really hard zones they hadn't quite gotten to yet. So wanted to shout out his new project. He had left Blizzard because, the Overwatch corporate a-holes were being jerks, and I don't blame them. The problem with corporate people, everybody, is they're not gamers and they don't care about games. They're just trying to squeeze money out of whatever established thing that they have. That's why they buy IPs. They buy IPs to squeeze them for money, every bit of money they can get out of them, because that's their game that they're playing. Their game is, how can I make more millions of dollars for me? F everybody else. I was about to say a bad word. Screw everybody else, because we don't care about them. I don't care about you and your game or whatnot. I just want to get me more money. That's how corporate people think. I don't think that way. I think that's a scummy thing to do. And frankly, every one of those people should be fired. Every single one who does not think about the quality of the game and the actual audience that they're producing that thing for should be fired from their job. They should be removed from the board and removed from what they do. Because if they're not thinking about the player, then they are not producing something that's worthy of the player's time. I think. Now, of course, you got to have business people to keep the place in, keep the power on and that kind of stuff. Those ones who get it, those are the ones you want. The ones who get that it's not easy to make a game. It is very difficult. There's a whole bunch of different puzzle pieces that you're creating at the same time in tandem, and all of those puzzle pieces need to come together in a good way. And you could work on something like they were working on Titan for a very long time. If you guys are familiar with World of Warcraft and Blizzard, and they canceled that project after $80 million invested, everybody. You've seen a bunch of big MMOs, I'm not even going to mention them, that have, or first-person shooters or whatever they are, have completely tanked, hundreds of millions of dollars wasted. And that's because they didn't test it with their audience, everybody. Again, that's why early access is so awesome, is that you, the player, can say, hey, it would be really great in here if I had, the ability to level up my horse, right? That'd be my first thing. I always think you should have the ability to level any companion. So if you have, and this is something all the way back from 20 years ago, in the original lineage, you had a dog. If you leveled up your dog got stronger. He can do more damage. And whatnot. In fact, I made millions in that game simply by spending my time leveling up dogs and then selling them for millions, and then I would get millions of dollars, and I would use those millions of dollars to help my guild eventually become one of the largest guilds, not only in that game, but in the world, everybody, and one of the longest running gaming guilds as well, over 20 years together with over 1,000 members, and frankly, it's more than 1,000 because I just stopped counting it at 1,000. It's a lot of members over the years. Now, do all those members play all the games that we play? Not really. And do I have time to play a bunch of World of Warcraft? I'd probably play Classic if I was going to play anything. I've never played any expansion of World of Warcraft, ever. Not one time. I have played the vanilla version and the Classic version. That's the version that I love because it has that magic, everybody. It has the magic of the people who were making it loved making that game. There's a difference when you see a game and they're just making it for money. It's just, the same old you've seen 1,000 times. But when people are passionate about it, like when you're playing Hogwarts Legacy, everybody, and you have all these little tiny details that 99% of the players will not even bother to notice in there, that people are doing it for the love of the game. And if you've ever played any old school games, they're doing it not for profit. They're doing it for the enjoyment of making those games. You can always tell the difference. I can tell within 5 minutes of a game. If it's about making a great game, or is it about making that money? right? They got too many, what you call it? They got too many monetizations and all that other stuff in there that do it. So this game, again, The Legend of California, which is not a documentary, everybody. It's its own game. It's like on an island, and it is a survival game, and it randomizes the world very much like 7 Days to Die. So very cool. Very cool. I'm all about that. I could have died about 55 times, by the way, standing here in game. But I did want to give them a shout out because I did see that podcast, and I think that's one definitely you want to throw into your wish list. And I went ahead and threw that in the chat for you, everybody. Might as well just throw it on the wish list for now. You can also find their Discord and all that other stuff, and you can request to be in the playtest, which I just did. So we'll see. And again, if I can bring it here to the stream, show you guys off a bit to see if you guys want to get it or not, I will do so for sure. And again, I like to support smaller devs because this guy, he's the guy, right? He's the guy. The reason why the original World of Warcraft, and of course a bunch of other people, artists and entertainers and even CEOs and whatnot of the original Blizzard. The problem with a lot of gaming companies, everybody, is that they do become very successful and then they sell it to whatever corporation that buys it, and then they just, try to nickel and dime everybody out of every last little thing, and it just sucks the magic out of that particular game. And then, of course, they just want you to keep playing that game as long as I can, keep paying that monthly fee. So the thing is, I'm immune to that kind of advertising and peer pressure. I don't need to do it. If I don't want to play that game, I just don't. And if I think they're doing something scummy, I will not buy that game at all. I returned mini games. I don't want to say which ones they are now because I don't even want to say their names. But I've returned games when the corporation themselves are doing scummy things. Because the best way you can support or say, you know what, I'm not going to be part of that. That's a scummy way to treat your players. I don't like these, scummy monetizations, or I don't like the mechanics of the game, or whatever it is to basically vote with your dollar bill, everybody. Because that's what they want. They want your dollar bill so they can go buy their 5th yacht or whatever, these corporations. And if you don't give them that money, guess what? They can't buy that 5th yacht, and then they'll cry like little babies. Again, there's nothing wrong with making money, everybody. You got to make money to keep your business going, but when it just becomes the money, that's when you've gone off the rails. That's when you've failed at keeping it about the games. And that's the thing. Again, this is why corporations buy these IPs, is because they want to make money on them. And they don't look at them like, hey, we should make a great game, or hey, what do our players want? They're like, how can we squeeze another dollar out of this player, right? That's what they're thinking, because that's all they care about. They care about more money. And again, got to get that 5th yacht in there. There we go. Yeah, 2400 solar, all in 100-watt panels. I call my solar exercise plan. Well, there you go. I run 2 8,000-watt window shaker ACs on that. What are window shakers? What's that for, Charles? I'm getting pretty good at Satisfactory, but I've not done too well in Astroneer yet. The secret to Astroneer and Starseeker, start with your basic resources and then build on that. And again, you can see we're just running around looking for these resources. We kind of found an area that has the stuff. Again, I don't need compound right now. I'm just kind of running around the world, seeing what's where, because I don't remember from the beta what was what with what. But if I do see something new, I do try to scan it as you're going along. That's like in that giant tree. Oh, look at that resin. Again, I like the whole premise of the game. I like the way the game plays. I think it has potential. But you got to be able to visualize that potential, everybody. Again, we're just kind of going in a circle here, doing kind of the same thing over and over. But we are on a new planet, so we have new resources, and then, of course, new mobs to fight and all of that stuff. Okay, right here. Let's get some more of that. Let's hear. Now, some of these resources, even when you're collecting them, it may seem like you're collecting a whole lot of them, but I can tell you you're not. I got like 27 of it so far, even though I did 2 full nodes as well. And then a lot of time I find it's way safer to kind of shape your way inside where your node is like this. So if any mobs come along, you'll have some protection against them just sneaking up behind you. And also I should probably be scanning this for whatever reason. I should have probably picked up a quest to scan a bunch of these. Let's check our time. Ooh, 5 minutes. All right, we got to get this done, and we got to get back to the ship before we start taking damage. And if we die while out of oxygen, that's it. All of our stuff's going to drop, and we lose all of that stuff. There we go. We get all this. Something over this way. What's this? Sometimes I just cut my way to it. Okay, that's compound. Yeah, we're here. Let's get a little bit. I might need some and don't know it yet. I could just do this, everybody. This would be a smart thing to do. Just go and collect as much resource as you can, because you can stack it. Now, we got to dip out of here. So we've got to find an exit pretty quickly here, because we got about 5 minutes. You go pretty far across here. You know what? I kind of feel like going way over here. It's about 400 meters this way. I'm just going to cut my way through, get out here, use my little glider. And I'm just tapping S to keep the nose of the glider up, and that'll allow me to go further. You don't want to hold it up because it'll slow you down. And that allows me to go very much faster, because when you're swimming, you're obviously swimming slower than you are gliding. But you can see I'm already more than halfway there. Very easy. I kind of feel like you really want to work your way toward getting the thing, whatever you call it. Oh, hello, terrain canister. Getting the water thing. Oh, some goop there. Okay. So we unlocked that. Looked like someone else had already grabbed all the loot that was laying around on the ground. And there's probably a whole bunch of other stuff that we haven't discovered here, but again, time running out. Now you can try to keep yourself alive by healing yourself if you do run out of time, and that does last for a while. We got about 2 minutes, and so we're going to call that drop ship, and we've got this loot. Let's go. Wait for my ship. There it is. Now, you don't have to wait for the ship to come all the way down. Just wait for the ability to hit F, and then you're out of there. All right, while that's running, let's go ahead and check back in over here. All right, this is good. Now, what I like to do is backlog some of this in here. So I'll do one round, put it in here, and then I'll do another round. And that allows me to grab it all out. Look how perfectly efficient that is, everybody. Now the whole thing is full. So I can then go ahead and run whatever else I need to run. Right now, you can see I have a bunch of rods there and a bunch of rods up here. So I want to run one more round of rods for about 10 minutes. Hey, Siri, set a timer for 10 minutes. And there we go. And knowing how long that takes is what's also efficient too. It's like, okay, this takes 10 minutes. When I'm converting the raw resources, that's about 30 minutes. And then just kind of letting that run passively in the background, that's satisfactory. Look at all this cool stuff we got. Let's go ahead and just grab all that. And we'll put that away. Again, you want to just put this stuff away like this. Now, some of this is equipment like this. So I'm going to go to my equipment one here, and then I'm just going to put all this in here. Oh, wait, I need my fire canisters. There we go. What do we got? Goop canister. Is that a super goop? This is a super goop. So we're going to put this here. I'll put the super ones on the next level. Super force canister. I don't even know what that is. Tranquilizer bomb. Sedative to nearby creatures, which increases fatigue buildups. Sedates creatures that are stunned. Okay, so if I stun them and throw the tranquilizer bomb, it will sedate them. Oh, that's cool. You see I have some super Medimash, not really using those. And you can see I've got a bunch of stuff here. Now again, every time I leave the station, I want to be stocked up enough to get whatever I need to get over there. So I'm going to go get over here. Booyah! What's that guy's name? Booyah. We're going to go over here and we'll make another exo key because we picked up a bunch of resources that allow us to do that. And then we are trying to make our spa water hose so that we can hose some people down. So we got the regular water hose here. I forget what the heck is. I needed nozzle disposable. It'd be nice to have a permanent one, but I don't know if I have the resources for that. But let's give it a go. All right, we're going to go ahead and... oh, I have more than 3 things tracked. All right, let's untrack all of this stuff. And then we'll focus on just making the actual spa water hose versus the disposable one because we might as well go for it. Right-click to track. We're going to need a bunch of rubber and 5 copper. Okay, let's start with our copper. And again, our copper comes from the match light. So 1, 2, 3, and you can see it's counting over here for me. There we go, 5 of those. And I've already forgotten what the other thing is, rubber. We already have 5 of them already. So let's go see what rubber takes. Rubber takes resin, carbon, and catalyst. You can see I have a lot of catalyst because I've been running around collecting random resources as I go. So 5 more of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And now we'll be able to make a permanent one. Now you can get it damaged or lose it. Now the spa water hose is basically a healing ability. Hey, we got a friend request. What up, friend request? Yeah, sure, I'll accept your friend request. I'm not sure who that's from, but there you go. D. And then we can put this in here instead. But I don't know why it doesn't just swap it. I have to manually take that one out, then put this one in. Hopefully they'll add that. But now I've got the spa water hose, but I can't use it here in the station. So I have to actually go down to the planet and do it there. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh wait, we should, hold on, before we do that, we should take our blueprint off of there. Otherwise it takes up some of my tracking. Currently I can only track 3 items. So we want to go ahead and get our nozzle. We'll right click again to untrack that. And then again, back to our objectives that we're working on. We need to scan some flags while we're there too. And abandoned task, no. Sorry, my bad. I was just trying to track it. And then recon. And then this one here I'm trying to get done, which is basically hose 5 other players with my little hose thing and heal them. So what I'm going to do is bring both things, though. So you see I'm keeping the fire and the water hose and the nozzle. Now, again, if these break or you have trouble with them, because you can make them now, you can just get more resources and make more, everybody. So it's not like a big deal if you have that problem. Now, I do want to go over here now because we're kind of in this new area over here on Tangle. Already up. We'll check how we're doing back here. Doing good. We'll go ahead and go back to my library over here. Again, just want to give them a shout out. I went over there and signed up for their early play test as well as early access that'll eventually come out in. So played some great games. That is not my style, but I can tell they put a lot of time into it. Yeah, that's totally my style. It's like a survival 7 Days to Die style of game, but in the Old West. It does randomize, which I love when it randomizes the map, because otherwise what happens is, oh, Mr. Mister also came in and gifted a sub. I missed that. My bad. Thank you, Mr. Mister, showing Foggy some love for that gifted subs as well. Appreciate that. Sometimes I get all focused. You know how it goes. Hello. Hello. What's up, Ems? We're coming in. Now, we got to hose some other players. Usually when I first come in, I notice that other players will come into that particular area. So sometimes it's easier just to get them when they're landing and spray them with the healing hose. But now that's a permanent thing, I can just go look for other players on here. Oh, I don't see any on this world. I see none. No players. All right, well, that's a problem. That's going to be a problem. Yeah, where are these players? Look at this over here. Bunch of room over there. Bunch of stuff over that way. And again, remember, they're still making the world. Cool. Look at all this stuff. So many places to visit. And then, of course, we also have the science lab there. Huh. Well, while we're waiting for players to show up, I guess we can go do these flags. The Doom Spiral. Let's go. Again, if you hold down Control and Shift, it's going to allow you to slide, and then you slide, jump, which can make you go pretty fast. Also have my glider. Okay, I wonder if the spa water hose counts as water on that. It does. Okay, so we can use the spa water hose on these too. Watch out when you hit them because the area gets wider. And you can see that I'm just going to go ahead and let those destroy themselves. And then same thing over here. They get wider. And boom, blow up. There we go. Now we can run over here and see if there's any resources, like right here. There we go. And we're going to shape it out so that it kind of drops. There we go. And we unlock it with one of our keys that we made, and we got a health mod. Nice. Again, just in case our other health mods have issues. Don't really see much over here. Looks like someone's already been through here. Oh, there's one right there. See, great thing about scanning, everybody. You never know. Might be something right over there. Oh, that's in water. That's a problem. Now, there is a thing that you can do to take out the water. This water's filling up from somewhere over there, or the little lake or something. So what I'm going to try to do is move this off to the side, like that, and then run the water down that way. And then it should, in theory, drain it down into that hole. And then allow me to open this, get that catalyst, see? Again, thinking about water fluid dynamics there. There you go. And again, obviously it works. So they did a great job of setting that up. Here's another one over here. Again, make sure that you did bring yourself some keys. And also find some keys. Oh, some stamina mod as well. Very nice. Anything else around here? I kind of feel like that's the deal. Where the heck are we going? We're going the other way than where we are at. Any resources we can get along the way? Yeah, some quartz right there. All right, let's switch over to some quartz. And again, we're trying to find these flag points. Oh. Thing down in there. Oh, not much down in these ones. Where'd it go? This way. I love the shaping in this game. Shaping's really good. Oh. Hey, sorry. Stop. Wow, it's not a lot of quartz. More of this way, maybe. Scan and see if there's any. Yeah, not that much. Something up there. Yeah, not that much. Okay. Well, going over that way. Get this going on. Okay, now I got to just stand there and hope I don't die. And you can see I have some rods there and some rods here. I'm going to go ahead and store those up there. I can also take these out and see if they fill my inventory, which they do. And what I want to do is make a bunch of, I don't have any up there, a bunch of screws, because those are the hardest things to make. They're not that hard to make, but again, you got to convert the iron ignits, then you got to make the iron rods, and then screws. And I try to make it where my inventory is completely full so that I can convert the whole thing. So you might want to do multiple rounds of the iron ignits first, then multiple rounds of iron rods, then take your iron rods and convert them all at the same time, because that's way more efficient time-wise. Hey, sorry, set a timer for 10 minutes. This way I don't have to come back every 5 minutes every time if I run it twice. And again, that takes more time switching back and forth and then checking in on it and all that stuff. Especially if you're multitasking, doing other things like I usually am. And we get some of these while we're here. Whoa! Not mean to do that. Glad that wasn't fire. I just was trying to shape it out. So these are great also, even if you don't use them, you can use it for getting organic. So I'll put a bunch of these in my pocket, and if I need to, I'll just get rid of them. All right, going this way. What's up, big boys? Speaking of watching out for stuff, what I'm going to do is shape upward and do a little bit of jumping at the same time. Very hard for mobs to follow you in here. And then once I get to a certain point, I'm away from the mobs. I'll just keep shaping. And very easily able to get away. Okay, up there, huh? Alright, let's go. Definitely going to want to get over a little bit here. Again, you can scale stuff, so I really like the scaling of the thing. Ooh, what's this thing? Goop Eater Bloom. A plant that feeds on goop and condenses it into substance that attract pollinators. I've never seen that before. All right, ooh, look at that, way up there. Let's go. And pressing S to bring up the tip of the thing here. I see we've got some sort of pond here. There's something down in here we should know. Nope. It also has a natural tendency to float upwards when you're on here as well. I feel like you dive down in there or something. And again, this is a spiral, so we can just run up the spiral. All right. There we go. Got that first one. What's up here at the top? Some resources up here, I can tell you that. We're the king of the world! Always fun, everybody. Always fun. What is this up here? Quartz! Awesome! We'll take all this, please. We will take all the quartz. This would be really good for that quest where you have to get up to the highest location. There is a quest that does that. You have to carry an item up as high as you possibly can. Get off of there. Loves to just cling on to stuff like Spider-Man. Alright, don't really see anything else. Where's this flag at? I don't want to cut it down too much because someone else might need to get up here to get to this flag. Just kind of seeing what else is around. You could just spend your time shaping out the whole world if you wanted to. But it come in here, there'd be no world left. It'd all be underwater. This might help somebody else who's coming up here looking for that flag, thinking there's something up higher when there's not, because I already got it. I am looking for other players, though. Any other players come in? Oh, yeah, there's a guy. All right, well, I'm going to go get that guy. And he looks like he's coming my way, too, so he looks like he's going somewhere. Let's go. And if I just let go, everybody, he actually goes further. If I just go ahead and let him glide. Great time to have your glider, by the way. He's going to eventually run out of energy. So good to maybe dip down just a little bit. Alright, and this guy... Yep, not enough. This guy's probably running off somewhere, so I got to then find him. He's going this way. Now my quest is basically to heal other people. So I'm going to run over here and find this guy. And then hit him with my hose. I hit myself with it? I wonder if I can hit upwards. Hit myself with it. Nope. Super Medi Mash. Nice. It's a little awkward to hit other people because they're like, hey, why you hit me, guy? And some people will think that you are trolling them or ganking them. But I was just trying to heal that guy with my little healing thingy. And now that got taken care of. And then there's another one here, which I'm going to unlock this. And see, also I find that, hey, why are you right up on top of me when there's this whole world that you could be exploring, but yet you're up in my business? And of course, some of these quests, which I discovered along the way, you have to interact with other players. So it's not like I'm purposely trying to grief that guy, but my job up there is to hit 7 total people. Now I got that guy. His name's Mr. Fit. Go get it, Mr. Fit. And I don't see anybody else, so I need to go and work on this quest. Here we go. Boom. We out of here. And again, everybody, in a bit here. Wow, we've been 2.5 hours already, man. Time really goes by quick when you're having fun. Really does. In just a bit here, we're going to do probably a quest or two here, trying to get some of these quests done, grabbing some resources as well. Then we're going to switch over to some 7 Days to Die solo play. Yeah, very cool. So again, I have a lot of games that are coming up, everybody. Again, working on that stuff really hard and whatnot. So we're going to get into that as well. Most of that's coming next week. We're going to check out all sorts of fun as well. I'm going to knock that down and see if I haven't seen anything in these at this location. Look at him in there. Oh, come on. Got me in the water. That's a bunch of BS. I can't get out. That's a bunch of BS. Look, they got me going up the side of the thing. All right, that's it. We're going to go around this way first. And then climb. I'm going to glide over here. Trick is just get away from those guys. I could go and kill them if I wanted to. Oh, fell off the side here, guy. I could go and kill them if I want to, but that would take time and don't feel like it. I'm just going to kind of cut my way up toward the top. And again, we can just climb our way up like this. All right, now we're getting somewhere. Does look like there's a bunch of water there. I just fell back in the hole or something. Yep. Get off of the wall, guy. Guy likes to cling to the wall constantly. Okay, we gotta find a way to climb up. It's hard to see my little thing. Fine. I'll just swim my way up. I like they're underwater, which is really cool. Neato. Alright, we got to get up on top of this. Can shape while you're in the water, by the way. And you can go around edges like this. Now, I'd get up on top of these little nodules here in case you run out of stamina. And then you can also kind of shape your way. And this is very much Astroneer tricks right here, everybody, where you're just trying to land on certain ledges, which are going to help you climb up. I can also press spacebar to kind of leap upwards as well. Love the fact you can shape everything out, which is really cool. All right. Oh, time's up. All right. Let's go look. Let's go check in on this. Oh, that's still going. So that's more like 15 minutes. Hey, Siri, set a timer for 5 minutes. Gotta remember that's about 15 minutes there. Sometimes I forget. All right, so what's way up here at the top of the world here? Big old tree. Let's shape it out, see what happens. Oh, came down. Nothing under it. Again, we can scan around. So we got, now I just happen to know there's some water down here, so we could just boom into the water. And then we could make all this water go bye-bye, just simply by making a hole, having that water go down, guy. Stop. There you go. Down, 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 and then this water's going off the side here, so be careful you don't fall. And see, now the water's coming out of the side there, and should, in theory, drain that out to where there's no more water in there, and that was correct. Yeah, it just drained all that water out of there, down to there, which is really cool. Just going to use my shaper. Oh, look out. Oh, bad guy. I'm out. Oh, what are these guys? Knockout stuff. That's new. Get a bunch of those. Where'd that guy go? I'm gonna try to hit him with it. Kobe! That was not even close. All right. Now, if you look on the map, there's little pools of water, and you want to go to those pools of water because they will heal you. I don't see any nearby. I do have my spa thing. Again, I wonder if I just shoot it at the ground. Yeah, I can just shoot it at the ground and heal myself, which is very cool. All right, I didn't even think about that till just now. Awesome. We have the ability to heal ourselves now. An infinite heal, by the way, because that hose does not run out of stuff. It never runs out. Okay, some more flashlight there, or oh, at the bottom of that thing. Okay, okay. This way. Let's go see what that's all about. So at the bottom of this, somewhere. Whoa, look out for that guy. He tried to get me. Oh. He's after me. Not seem to want to use my there we go. And it actually has a direction whether it's up or down, because you'll see the number start to go down. Obviously when you get there. Oh, okay, hold on, we got to drop something. What do we got that we can just drop? Probably these life fruits. Let's get rid of those. You gotta make some choices, everybody. Now I only have to pick one of these up and then, whoa, nope. Put it away. Put it away. There we go. Only have to pick one of these up, and then all the rest of these will stack. Supposedly there's multiple nodes here. This is so, like, relaxing every single time. A lot of the mobs aren't right there in your business. Very relaxing just to collect resources. Same thing in Astroneer. Now this particular game has way more mobs on you. I feel like the mobs are a bit too precise in their jumping and whatnot. And I'll be going left, and I'll be going right, and all of a sudden they'll know exactly where I'm going to end up. They might want to work on that a bit. But it is what it is. All right, let's scan and see if we have another node. Oh, we got both nodes. All right, awesome. Oh, okay, now we're ready. Now we're ready. Wow, okay, more like 20 minutes. Or maybe even longer. Yeah, more like 30 minutes. Hey Siri, set a timer for 20 minutes. Because we already did 15 minutes, so I'd say that's more like 30 minutes to convert those into screws. Then we'll take those screws and we'll put the screws aside, and then we'll make a bunch more rods, and we'll fill up both boxes full of rods, and then we'll take some of the rods, we'll take some of the screws, and we'll make ourselves rotors. And again, it's only going to run the factory when it has enough resources to run it. Otherwise, it'll use no power. And that is super efficient way of doing that. All right, we're gonna do some climbing. Go for it. Go, go before you run out of stamina, buddy. There you go. Nice job. Again, I think we'll get one more round of this in. Get off of that. Oh, look out. This is a danger zone. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Totally not what I wanted to do. I was just trying to see what's up with what's up. I'm going to drop that in there. Dip off the side just in case some stuff starts blowing up. Oh, yeah. You got to watch out, everybody. Watch out. There's a bunch of stuff. It's going to blow up there. Okay. Did it all blow up? There's one there. I feel like we can get down here. And just be careful when you're shaping this now, because there could be some bad stuff that'll go boom. Now, I might have destroyed some of the resources. Not that big a deal. Probably should have got the end of that first. And there goes one there. Look out! There we go. So it does goo, but it also does explosive. So again, if you have explosive coming at you. Now I do have a water hose, so I can kind of hose it down and get rid of it. Whether it's a regular water hose or if it's the healing water hose. Really like this healing water hose. It's pretty awesome. Oh, and there's a little healing pond right there as well. How are we doing on 7 minutes? Okay, so we got to make some choices here, and then we got to dip. We're pretty close to this area here. Is there another thing I need to do? Yeah, scan the flags. Oh, way down there. It's about 600 away. I think we could go for it. Let's go. I say challenge yourself. Let's do it. Whoa. Something shooting at me, but I'm already gone. Oh, hello. Love when I just randomly run across those. Look at all this resin. Sometimes the best way to traverse is through the side of a mountain. If I miss some stuff out there, oh well. I'll be fine. Get over here. Bunch of crash stuff, but I don't see any actual resources. What's down in here? Let's go see. Ah, compound. Don't need it. This is going to be a tough one here. Need to go somewhere where I can cling on. There we go. And somewhere up above. Over there. Let's get up on top of this one. Uh-oh. Run out of stamina. There we go. Group eater. Hit pedal. Wonder if I shape it this way, blows up and hits that thing. Oh, it just bit up. It just bit up. It blew up versus doing goo on that thing. To bring my goo gun and hit it with the goo gun. All right, here we go with another one of these things. Here we go. 5 minutes of water supply. We're on it. More thing to do is just come in. Oh, look at the stitch lines. Just do this. We'll go out and we'll dip around the side a little bit here and do a little hoppity hoppity. Oh, oh. Totally missed the spot I was trying to go for. Right over here. There we go. And shape our way a path up there. Really got to get the control key down because this dude loves to just cling on to stuff. So you want to get away from that thing. Okay, where am I going? Over this way. And all I have to do is scan it. Anything else up here? Oh. More quartz. I mean, we're here. Again, you can run out of time, though. Right now we have 3 minutes. But we're up nice and high. So if we can find a place nearby and we could exit from right here, we can get there pretty quickly. Where is it? Oh, right down there. Right down there. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, dive bomb. Oh, we out. That was a good run. We got a bunch of stuff. We got 31 of our matchalite. Again, the second you see that thing pops up, boom, we're out of there. Way out of there. There's a lot of awesome games coming up, everybody. A lot of good ones. And that's more next week. This week we're going to be playing, obviously, some Starseeker, some Satisfactory in the background, and then a little 7 Days to Die solo, which we're going to do here in just a moment. Let's get it going. And, oh, what the heck happened to my stash? Okay, has not loaded. Some sort of weird thing going on. Okay, give it a minute. There we go. Skip all. There we go. A little lag or something. Remember, it is early access, everybody. Get over there. I get stuck on there sometimes. All right, now we got this. Okay, so we're going to go here, and we're going to drop off some more of these things. Why would we not go in there? Right click. Nope. Something's wrong. Not my internet, is it? Something's wrong with the server. I can't put anything into there. All right, to the main menu we go. And then we'll try to get back in again. I feel like they're updating or something. I don't know what's going on, but I can tell you I can't use my inventory. Put me back over here, huh? Oh, okay, that's not good. Okay, well, we're having issues. Somebody running around, but my inventory is not working. Something in my stash. It's trying to tell me to switch to 7 Days to Die. That's what it's trying to tell me. All right, I'm not going to skip the intro animation. Maybe that's what's causing it. I'll just let it do the intro. Okay, I see I got my stuff back. Because I typically skip those intros. I also like to skip the intro logos. They should always make that skippable. Okay, okay, yeah, some of that stuff went in there. I see I don't have my inventory anymore. Alright, this, there we go. I don't know if it actually went in there or not, because now you don't really know, because you didn't see it happen. It is what it is. Okay. And this one here into there. Okay, this one. Probably don't need that there. Don't need that there. Don't need that there. And I like to put it in the first one here because then it will stack with whatever's already there. So what does this trade for? Organic. The inert remains of a knapsack. Yeah, basic chunk of common material. Hell core. Find those underground. I can turn those in for quartz. Okay, still got all my stuff there. Okay. That's kind of scary. You're looking at loot and all that time you had spent. Your loot, I think, is your most valuable thing because it represents time. The time you have spent collecting and grabbing all of that stuff for whatever reason. So, yeah. I didn't get to hose some more people down with my spa water hose, but it is what it is. I do got to talk to Captain Jupiter here. Let's get that done.
Another day. Another chance to
Oh,
make
yeah, give me that loot. Alright, problem child. Collect a little scout near Trooper 77 data logs in the Tangle. Okay.
Hey.
Alright, we're on it. Okay. Oh, and we got another quest down here or something.
Are you ready to work?
Spawners. Spewers are the worst. What now? Apologies, Tangle. Scan the spewer. Destroy the spewer nest. Get gooped. Well, I'm definitely going to have that problem, I'm sure. Alright, mission updated. And again, those are for the new area there. Oh, wait, he's got some rewards.
Trust me out there.
I know, I'm awesome, right? More credits, and we're getting into these higher level mods now. Level 2 mods. Alright, up to level 12 rank with him. Awesome. Anybody else want to give me some loot? Apparently no. Oh, here comes the Kismet love train. Bruning coming in, showing that love, everybody. Show some love in the chat. Alright, what level am I? I'm level 9. I'm almost level 10. Look at me go. Again, there's some people, everybody, who are going to be grinding this game all day, every day. I play a little bit just to, show them some love and to, check out the mechanics as I go along. Am I seriously playing the game? Not really. Not to the point in which I would play like 7 Days to Die or something like that. Early access games, I don't try to play them out to where I get burnt out on the game. My whole purpose is to play the game, get an idea of how it plays, and then give them some feedback if I feel it's worth my time. Like there's one guy over there, I just saw him run over there. He's level 22, everybody. That's some hardcore playing right there. More power to him. Again, if he likes the game, more power to him. All right. We're going to go over here. We're going to see if our stuff is finally done. Holy mackerel, that is still going. All right, we'll let that run. So what we're going to do is bring up some fun for you guys while I go ahead and switch from some Starseeker. Let me go ahead and press all the buttons and flip all the switches, or reverse that. We're going to go ahead and get some words on stream for you guys to play. Hey, Bloodvein, what's up? Showing that love in the chat. I like it. All right. We're going to go ahead and get some words on stream started. Make sure the sound is working. There we go. And we'll go ahead and get that started. Going to take a break, and I'll be back in just a bit, and we'll go ahead and switch over to some 7 Days to Die. Let's go. I'm back, everybody. Let's see if we can help you guys out with these words. Let's go. What? Suit S-I-T-T, sit, soof. Suit. There it is. Did we get it? Hey, we got it. Nice job, Chad. Nice job. Give yourself a round of applause. Put a 1 in the chat if you can't see and hear me. Sorry, lads. I just like appear out of nowhere. Hey-ya! Let me go ahead and give you guys a bunch of kiss caps. Now comes the coughing. Ah. Sometimes have some bad coughing. There we go. All right, we got that going on, everybody. Now we got to do a little bit of something over here. We're going to go ahead and take that out of there. Oh, there we go. We got to press some buttons and flip some switches right over here to make all this stuff work. Let me go ahead and set up our kind of next segment here on the stream. Let's go in and update our stuff here. There we go. Working on a bunch of technical stuff while I was on break there. It didn't want to work, but it seems to be working now. So let's go ahead and see if we can get all this updated. Right there. There we go. We can get that updated for some 7 days to die. Everybody, we're going to switch over here in just a moment. I've got to do all the things to make it work. There we go. And we're going to need to set up another thing over here for YouTube's. Trying to cough away from the microphone. Okay. And get this over here. All right, I'm streaming to 5 different platforms, everybody, so it takes me a minute to make sure this is all running properly. 7 days today, right there. And again, if you don't know, I'm also streaming to YouTube, to Twitch, to YouTube. What are the other ones? To Twitter, to Trovo, and to Kick, all at the same time. Because I am that next level type of person who does that kind of stuff. So I think we have this all good now. Let's just double check by refreshing it over here. Okay, put a 1 in the chat if you can see that my title's updated and that it does say 7 days to die as the game. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, everybody, I apologize, but I'm going to need to stop the current YouTube video over there, and then I'm going to go ahead and switch over to some 7 days to die. So see me come back here in just a second. But this way it'll be a separate segment in that. So here we go.